Welcome to the Irrelevant Illiterate Podcast. Mike finally showed up. Tom's here. Dennis is here, and with us is somebody Mike and I have probably known for over half our lives. Eric, ESun, Witty is here. Eric, thanks for coming down, buddy. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
Yeah, we're fucking old, aren't we?
Yeah, we're all in our. Well, I'm in my mid 40s.
So old.
Shit rules.
Yeah. You guys are probably in your early 40s.
I just hit 43.
Yeah, I'm 43. I'll be 44.
I just hit 46.
I'll be 34 in a couple weeks.
Fuck you. I hope you fucking fall.
I fell today.
I hope you fall today while you have your favorite dish on.
Were you doing something, or were you just like hanging out and just hitting the deck?
Just falling.
As you were you
just teetered over. Whoa!
No, my name's not Dennis McGonigal.
Like,
I've done that.
See, like Homer at the cider mill.
Yes.
Too funny.
You can stay, but I'm leaving.
In my defense, I'm also very top heavy. So yes, I'm going to fall sometimes. I'm not evenly distributed. Sons of bitches. But there has been times where I was just like, oh, and I had to like catch myself. Like,
You should get you training wheels.
I was mildly tipsy at that point. But
They could probably latch on to those fucking Crocs.
yo, man, these things have no grip. These things stink.
Put them in sport mode.
Shit. They don't
Does that decrease your chances of falling?
I don't think so.
I mean, because that's a sport. That would be a sport for you, falling, right?
True.
Ooh,
They put
he's
like
good at it. He
put me
He
in
gets a lot of
plane, throw a
practice.
fucking parachute on me and just kick me out of a. I want to skydive in Crocs in sport mode and see if they stay on.
They will
And
stay
if they
on.
don't, I'm gonna fucking have a class action.
You're gonna have an extra waiver to sign.
You guys promised a sports mode. Skydiving is a sport, I think.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
No.
If I'm suing you, I am dead.
Yes. And I want this money left to my two small terriers. Because that's all I have left in my life. Because I am a fat man who wears Crocs.
Zeke and Bad Kid.
Hate to break it to you, but a lot of fat people are wearing Crocs.
And
But are
have
they
small
going
dogs.
skydiving in sports mode?
You might be starting a trend if you do.
They probably have like a regulation, like you can't only wear certain shoes skydiving.
They probably have to
Hey.
lace up.
'Cause you don't want you wearing like a heavy shoe, do they? Like
Damn.
a fucking boot.
Why
Well, what
not?
are fat guys supposed to wear when they go skydiving?
You wear like something like,
Comfortable?
yeah, I guess.
Get some Air Maxes.
How
or something.
many fat guys go skydiving though?
Not enough.
That's a good point. I don't know. But like, you obviously can't go with like some like high heels because you'll just instantly crack your ankles.
I don't think I even know anyone who's gone skydiving to ask.
I know someone who was a parachute packer for a skydiving
I know a
place.
couple, but they're all in relatively decent shape.
I know
Fair to me.
I know somebody who went to one of those like indoor
I know
skydiving
somebody.
places where like they put you in the tube that.
Oh, fuck that shit.
That's
Or-
yeah. That's
Sky-
But I assume they suit you up in the same type of
skydive
gear.
edging?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's like me go surfing inside of a mall. Like, fuck
I would do that.
I mean, I would do that.
Yeah, but you're still not surfing.
Sure you are. You can stand up on the board, you ride away, you're
Waves
surfing.
made by a machine?
Sure.
That's
Still a wave.
American Dream Mall. They have the
Yeah.
the wave pool, right?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Wait, in
By the Meadowlands.
oh, okay.
And a
Yeah.
couple of the malls in like New York, like the city area.
Why does New York have such sick malls, dude?
Because they're a bustling metropolis and they're not Wilmington.
I guess so.
Who still goes to a mall these days, though?
I would love to go to a mall if they were still
Dude,
good.
I was in the Deptford Mall yesterday getting my passport renewed at the county store.
Was it sad?
And just walking through that place to get to like the one thing like I actually needed to go inside of a mall for, I'm like, this is fucking sad.
They're sad,
I
dude.
went
It sucks.
once with John Hassan pre-COVID, like right before COVID hit, and I didn't know a single fucking store.
Yeah, and, like,
it was Christiana Mall. recognize a single store
Deptford's
except
not like a
Sukihana.
dead mall. There's no
No.
like empty lots. Like they're all stores, but they were still all like no customers and
Yeah, so I
no
guess
people. Like
Tri-State
yeah, it
Mall.
wasn't like bustling with foot traffic.
Tri-State, yeah.
And I went like 3 in
Concord.
the afternoon, so it's like where are the people?
Concord is a half-dead mall.
It also it has a lot of empty storefronts and shit. It's like some Mad Max shit. Going
I scrolled past the TikTok like not 2 days ago, and it was the Exton Mall. And I was like, fuck, I've been there so many times. The Exton Mall is damn near empty.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, like I think online shopping killed.
Yeah.
malls
Well, yeah,
completely.
obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the Cherry Hill Mall about 2 weeks ago.
Cherry Hill's still.
Yeah, it's still
Pretty-
I only go there to get I get my glasses. I get my glasses adjusted there. That's my only reason for going to the mall, and
What?
like maybe the Apple store.
I have an aunt that goes every couple days to Christiana Mall because she has a crew of like she's old lady.
Oh, she's a mall walker.
Oh, she's a mall
she's
walker.
They do mall walking,
that's-
and I'm like, what's it like at Christiana Mall nowadays? She's like, it's empty. It's like we don't have like they take up the whole thing. They don't have the fucking move for anybody because there's no one to get out of the way. For
Yeah, you don't have to go
Yeah.
when the mall opens anymore. You've got free reign of the place no matter what time of day you
They do it
go.
at like 11. And
They
shit.
can,
Yeah.
Wow, that's late.
Yeah.
They can mall walk
who
at
is-
6 p.m.
Who invented mall walking? Like
Old people.
Why? Yeah, but like why a mall?
I think
Because I think there's no risk of getting hit by a car.
I think-
Other than that's the only thing I could possibly think of.
hello?
But
Well,
they
I feel
have to
like
get-
shopping malls were always like one of the more popular like day trip places for
You're-
like retirement
But
communities.
they're always, used
They would
to
bus you to the
Oh,
mall
true.
and just
Yeah.
be like,
they bus
here's...
you. They bus you there, and if you're forgetting the best part of the indoors, fountains.
I'll say
Fountains
air
are
conditioning,
tough.
I was
but-
gonna say that, but
yeah, like
fountains
even
was
like
funnier.
because like even when they started doing that shit, like mall walking being a thing, that's back when malls were still super congested.
Yeah.
So you're just basically inconveniencing everyone.
Yeah, that's why they go at 8 a.m. before
Yeah, that's the
everyone's
thing. The retirement homes are like, oh, we're taking the group trip at 8 a.m. and we're leaving at 9 a.m.
there. I think it's mostly because malls are circular and the air conditioning. Honestly,
Yeah.
And there's people if you fall on your ass there's people that can call 911 for you.
yeah.
It was funny when I was
Basically a big air-conditioned indoor track.
when I was
I think we just nailed it.
when I was still working at ShopRite at like 6 a.m. when we would open, there was a couple people that would jog the aisles.
That's a bit much.
That's
Jog the aisles, and which means they were in shape, and so a lot of them were young women.
That doesn't make sense.
And it's like, and like the owner of the place was like, we got to put a stop to this.
Yeah, you do.
Because
Shoot
one of
'em.
the people in there at 6 a.m. were old people, and they don't want to get out of the way for some girl fucking jogging up and down the aisles.
If you're up to be somewhere to jog at 6 a.m., go anywhere.
yeah.
Like, I understand it's probably safer,
Is it?
Yeah, it would
but
be
it's not
safer.
like,
Go to the mall.
but it's not like Delaware is like the fucking Fallujah either. We're not the greatest, but it's
Yet.
like we're not brutal.
You can probably pick any park in Delaware and be okay.
Yeah.
Even Canby Park.
And even in the dog days of summer, like 6 a.m., it's not that hot out.
No.
Not really.
You can get away with running outside
Yeah.
for at least an hour or two before it starts getting
Yeah,
bad.
if you really want to.
Yeah, but that got shut down super quick. The owner was like, not having that. Not having that. I'm like,
Good.
It was annoying as shit. You're like packing out the shelves for the day, and all you see is those people just like jogging by you. It was like,
Yeah, you're
Fuck you
you're at work.
also, don't be wearing
In a
jogging clothes in
store.
front of a bunch of horny ass supermarket workers. It's like, god damn it. You're just gonna get yourself like leered at by creepy old dudes that work in the seafood department.
Is it any safer inside the store?
Yeah, instead of dragging into the woods, they'll drag you into a cooler. So while you're getting like fucking, the worst thing ever happened to you, at least you're nice and chill.
How long ago was this that you would see this?
This is early aughts.
So 20 years ago.
I started working there 06, so around then.
I'm just thinking about like how that would possibly translate in today's society. Just like someone live streaming their running in ShopRite at 6 a.m.
Well, actually, like they would do that. You would just see off to the side all the people like, this fucking bitch.
Get
This
ready with
fucking
get
asshole."
ready with me to run.
Yeah, get rid of me to
ShopRite.
run ShopRite.
What a fucking putz.
It's the worst time to run in a shop right too, because first thing it opens, they just clean those floors like 30 minutes before the doors opened, so it's beautiful. So you're gonna be slipping and sliding all over the fucking place.
Huh, I wonder what grocery stores had the stock in the shelves thing. Well, they
That's
have it.
overnight.
They have it
Yeah.
nailed now with the overnight
Yeah.
shit. When I worked at the co-op though, and I was on first shift, I would always put truck away right away. Well, actually,
We used to get those deliveries like fucking 5 a.m.
that's the first thing we would do is the chips and shit, and then I would go in the cooler because the store just opened. So that
Like
makes
there's
sense.
people filming shit all day, but the
Yeah.
bulk of it, like 90% of it, was done overnight shift.
Yeah, they moved to that lately.
But yeah, but it stopped like
Shout
almost
out
right
Tingle.
away. Like people just jogging in the morning. I think a lot of the old people complain too.
I mean, aisle is also not that long.
And they're not.
even
You're doing sprints.
What is it? What do you think? Like 40 feet?
40 yards at most.
And also, it's like but the thing is, though, that's also a reason a lot of old people go to the supermarket so fucking much. That's how they're basically
They get
their
their steps
physical
in.
activity for
It's-
the day.
This is the ShopRite on Route 4, right?
Yes.
That ShopRite was also designed a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
It has a lot of corners
Oh,
and
yeah.
turns.
Oh yeah.
That's not a great.
It's not a big
Place-
open expanse.
It's
at
not.
all.
It's a very big store, but it's still very small in there.
Yeah.
Because there's so much stuff.
Yeah, they would
It's
just.
so dumb.
Maybe all these people were just supermarket sweep super fans, and they were training
They're
to-
casing it.
to like, get to achieve their dream of being on the show.
That's fair.
They get a metal note. It's like, all right, popcorn's in this. You always had to get the expenses. Like, all right, batteries are here. And shit like that.
Yeah, you had to get the hams.
Tide, right there. Okay, I can come in, hit that.
Tide.
The hams, the laundry detergent, and what else was the big ticket item? that always went
Batteries
for?
and
batteries. Yeah, batteries.
Batteries and baby formula.
Yeah, the formula, that too. Yeah,
Dude, that shit got stolen so fucking.
and like the
much.
gallon jugs of canola oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you're getting the most
The metal
expensive
ones?
thing, but like you're filling your whole cart, and it's like now your cart weighs like 1,000 pounds, so you
Yeah.
can't
I don't know how
go
they're-
fast.
Got to put it
I
under.
don't know how they're doing in Jersey these days, but in Delaware, most supermarkets, a lot of the items we just mentioned are under lock and key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want them, you got to go to like customer service and ask
You gotta
them
unlock
to
it.
come pick it out for you and shit.
Yeah, we talked about this before.
Yeah,
The-
that's
if you want fucking Tide Pods, you got to
fuck
like
was
find
I-
some 15-year-old kid with
I
a
was
fucking
just-
janitor ring of keys.
Yeah.
I was just in, I think in Acme a couple nights ago, and like Dove and fucking shampoo and shit is locked up, but at Wegmans none of it is locked up.
Well, the thing is like since like formula and like Tide Pods and Tide and shit is all locked up, the people that are going to go there and steal. Did you fart? It
Seconds ago.
just hit me. But
Nice.
all this stuff like
Right
so
when
all
you
that.
s- yeah.
So all that shit's locked up. They're like, all right, what's the next most expensive thing that's still unlocked that I can go grab? That's just fun.
Grocery shopping in Jersey is annoying because
You can't turn left in the store.
you can't turn left in the store.
It's a big roundabout. Yeah.
Got to
fucking
take a jug handle.
You can try it.
But there's no fucking bags.
Yeah.
Same here.
It's like that in Delaware too.
It's so stupid.
It sucks ass,
Like,
dude. I hate it.
plastic bags are not gonna make or break
No, they're not.
the environment.
How the fuck did they pull off or did they not pull off straws for a little bit, but they pulled off plastic bags?
Yeah. I think it'll bounce back. Dude. They'll start doing plastic bags again too.
I mean, I've got like a dozen fucking ShopRite tote bags in my trunk right now because
Dude,
of that bullshit.
I have 7.
Acme, like for the first I'd say 2 to 3 months that was
all various sizes
that
too.
was in like practice of like you gotta bag your own shit.
Dude, that
they
sucked.
had each aisle had a fucking end cap that was bags you could buy.
Yeah.
Like $2 canvas
Yeah.
bags.
They have them at the registers
But
now.
then they stopped doing that completely where I shop, and you can spend 10 cents a piece on a brown paper bag. Yeah. I'm like, this isn't the fucking 80s anymore. We've gotten past the technology of brown paper bags for groceries. No matter how you pick them up, they're going to rip. So it's like, yeah, it's just obnoxious.
The
now
ones that
you got to
all-
bag them all yourself too.
the ones that all
because when I'm
suck
bagging
ass too.
when I'm bagging myself, I'm trying to get like everything in one bag.
Yeah.
Same.
Like I'm trying to
Yeah.
play Tetris with every single item I'm purchasing,
That's kind of why I like my reusable
which is why my bags
now.
weigh like 100 pounds a piece and rip.
I only keep the reusable bags that are kind of strong so that I can do that.
Yeah.
Like the Acme one's great.
I keep a reusable bag in my trunk, but I don't want to carry shit.
Yeah.
Like which is sounds really it's fucking lazy.
I get it.
I
don't
would
wanna
rather
go grocery shopping because I don't want to carry all this shit.
I would rather learn how to rig the shopping cart and tow it home than
Like, and then like the whole front of my shopping cart is filled with my bags.
Yeah.
Like that shit I could have, like that's where I put bread. Like, god damn it. But this is white people problems, I guess. But
Yeah, these are
this is like
First
elder
world
problems,
problems.
it
really.
really
Yeah.
is, dude. You hit your 40s and you start bitching about shit like this. But it is fucking annoying.
It is.
Not to mention all the bags are like floral print too. So like I'm like
It's fun.
I have like a Hawaiian print.
feel a
bags.
little fruity.
I feel a little fucking mondo. Just.
I like them.
You're
Easy
also
to
like
see.
you stop buying some things that you do need because you're like, do I have the bag space for this
These are the
item?
bags, but yep.
Yeah.
The real estate.
Yeah. And even though I only normally need about 4 of them, still in the trunk is about
Yeah,
18
that's
of
that's
them.
that's why I stay fucking strapped in my trunk
Yeah.
now, because I've learned the hard way too many times. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I only need 2 bags for this run,
Yeah.
and then I end up needing like 4, and I'm like,
Wow,
fuck.
you guys buy a lot of food
Well,
Well,
it's not even food. Like,
it's
stuff.
yeah, we-
Toiletries and shit too.
yeah, you got to
Yeah.
get
I
like
get that at BJ's.
stuff for the bathroom, stuff for like everything. Like you got it, like laundry detergent, like we were just saying, like,
Shit like the
and all that stuff is big and it's cumbersome, and like 2 boxes of like paper towels or tissues will like take up 1 tote bag.
If I'm buying a big bottle of detergent, I'm not putting it in a bag. Period.
True.
Yeah.
It's got a fucking handle for a reason.
but then it's also like the embarrassment of like, I just need to get something for my hemorrhoids, and now
Yeah.
I'm waiting in line, and everyone can see as I'm walking out with
Yeah,
3
yeah.
different
That's what
preparation.
self-checkouts for.
Well,
Prep
I've
H.
still
I was
gotta-
about to say that.
with the Prep H.
Those
You know,
wipes are dope.
there's bright yellow boxes.
Yep.
That's all.
They-
all
they-
they come for. This and some gum.
When I'm buying something that I don't want
And you're only
a
buying the
cashier
gum to
or
take
other
up-
customers to see me buying, I do
Self-checkout.
self-checkout.
I do self-checkout 100% of the time, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I do that most of the time anyway, because they're usually the only lanes
Ones
that
that
don't
are
have
open.
like 12 people.
I don't know
How the fuck am I so much faster than employees too? By the way.
because they're just fucking downtrodden and hate their lives.
Oh, okay, literal.
I'm just saying. But also at the Acme I go to, self checkout,
Sucks.
they have a gate before you leave self checkout.
Oh yeah.
This is a real thing. You got to scan
You have to-
a receipt
Yup.
before you can leave. So it's almost like
Crazy,
BJ's and
dude.
stuff when you would have to
You have to
show
do
them
the
receipts.
checker.
Yep.
So you have to like scan it or it won't open. We also have a thing like these little tags that are on the carts that if the carts leave a certain radius of the shopping center, the wheels will lock.
Target Target tried to change their carts to do that too, but it like somehow didn't take,
It works now.
and now they don't have them anymore.
Because then again, like when I was still back at ShopRite, we had those apartments and that neighborhood right next to us, and they used to send the cart boys out to that parking lot of 3 apartments and the neighborhood, and they would come back with about 15 carts.
That's a lot of carts.
Because people just push a cart instead of taking the bags out of the cart and going home, they would just push the entire cart.
Yeah, because like you said, the bags are going to rip.
No, this is even when we had plastic bags. This is early aughts.
Still, some people can rip a plastic bag.
Yeah, but people just love stealing shopping carts and just using them as like their own fucking thing.
Yeah, they're very convenient.
Yeah.
I get it.
So to cut down on it.
When they
I guess if you walk it back the next time you're going shopping, you're not technically stealing it.
Yeah, you're just kind of leasing it.
Like,
Really.
yeah, like I'm a
This
regular.
is my shop.
I'm a regular customer. I finally found one that doesn't wobble or fucking
Yeah.
swerve. Like,
Squeal.
yeah,
I
like,
wrote my name on it and everything.
Is that one of our carts? No, I brought this one from home.
See my fucking
I
sticker
painted
on
some
it?
cool flames on the side, man. This is mine now.
That's not a bad idea. I think I'm going to claim a cart.
Yeah.
when
I-
they banned the plastic bags though in Jersey, I ran into this issue where I didn't know, like I like stockpiled the bags, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like I would use it for the kitty litter.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to
Yeah.
do when
About-
I run out of bags?
I have that problem too. I got 2
now
cats.
you
What do I
gotta
do with all
buy-
this
Yeah.
poop?
And now you got to use like a full size white trash bag for
Yeah.
kitty litter. And like I used to use those same bags for like small waste baskets in your house.
Yep.
Yeah,
For, like, the
same.
bags
Yeah.
for that.
The fuck am I doing with my bathroom trash can now?
Yep.
Now you got a full
I
size.
always had that bag
like, yeah.
full of the bags under your sink.
Yep.
It's next to the sink where they
Yeah.
belong.
Exactly.
You know what my mom started doing because of the fucking plastic bag thing? She started saving those flimsy little produce bags
Oh.
for cat litter.
Oh, that.
It's just they're just small and just thin enough that I'm still sketched out by it, but
When
it
I-
still somehow
When I'm
works.
cat sitting for my sister's cat, I just take the dog shit bags and just pick the litter out of the thing, tie them up, then throw all of them in a regular trash bag.
That's a pretty good
Yeah.
idea. Might have to adopt that.
And it's less having to scoop shit and all that.
But you got to get the clumpy litter out sometimes, though.
The best
She can do that when she gets back.
purchase I've ever made in my entire life was last year. I bought a litter robot.
Oh my god, I'm jealous of you, dude.
I have 3 cats.
You
What?
you-
Explain the litter robot to me.
So it's an auto. I don't have to do anything except change the bag, basically. So it senses the cats in there. They do their business. It automatically like turns and just filters the litter into
sifts.
sifts it into like a little tray,
Yeah.
and it's phenomenal because I only have to empty it I empty it once a week.
Fucking hell.
It monitors everything. I get an app. I have an app, so it tells me when the cats go. It tells me when the litter is low or I need to empty out the bag.
Yeah.
It's great because it's like I don't have to do anything.
They've been trying to do that shit with cat boxes for years, and they finally figured it out.
Yeah, it's been around. They've been around for a while. My friend had one. He was the first, and this was a few years ago. And he swore by it. And he traveled a lot for work and everything. And
Hell yeah, dude.
sometimes the Wi-Fi will get jammed up and it won't work. And some people have had stories where the cat takes a while to adjust to it. I've never had any issues. It's saved me so much time because it was who wants to get home from work or forgets it, I'm like,
or
all
do
of
it,
a sudden
God forbid, before you go to work.
yeah, and then like your place smells and it's just a pain in the ass. It's great. I just have to.
That's the one universal comment I've heard from people who have them is like they don't have to deal with the smell anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's non-existent.
It did take me, so it does get finicky sometimes with the sensors and everything. It took me 3 hours to clean it the other day just because I couldn't get it to work. So I was like Googling things. I changed the filter. I'm scrubbing this thing because it wasn't like rotating. And sometimes like, all right, I can't just figure this out later because like I've got to do this now. And I ended up like scrubbing it.
Call Geek Squad.
Yeah.
No, call
Yeah.
Nerd Google, aka Reddit.
So I was on Reddit, I was on their website, and I was like, oh, you just got to do this. You got to change watch the sensors here. So I did all that, and it wasn't working. It wasn't working. Try all this. So I like literally taking it apart piece by piece, because the whole way you can clean it. It took me 3 hours to get it clean enough where like it started working. But if that's the most amount of time that I've had to put into my litter box at one time, and I don't have to do it all the time,
I would
set it
spend
and forget it.
I would also spend 3 hours finicking and tinkering with any appliance of mine to avoid buying a new one.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I thought I was gonna have to do. I was like,
I shudder.
How much is one of those things though?
So I bought it brand new with some like accessories in the warranty. It was like $800.
That ain't bad.
No, my cats didn't have any issues with it. I'm spending less on litter because like I would just forget to clean the box. So like with 3 cats, I'm supposed to have 2 boxes. I'm supposed to be emptying it multiple. I don't have fucking time for that. I'm just
by
lazy.
yourself. Yeah.
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 So
Last thing you would do when you get home from work is fucking scoop out a cat box.
Yeah, dude.
yeah, it saves me so much time. The cats like it. It stays out of the way. It's quiet. When I had my apartment with this roommate, we had it out. I had it out in like the living room area, and you didn't smell it. You didn't even know it was
Incredible.
The cats were in there. Yeah.
In the living room is crazy.
Because, like, all the people I knew growing up, like, who had cats, they had a cat room.
Mm-hmm.
Usually
And it was always
the
like the
laundry
room that just, or like
you
the,
knew what room
yeah.
it was.
or like, it was basically like the mud room. Like where you had like a slop sink and like your washer and dryer and shit.
Oh, to have a mud room.
And it was just funny because it's like, this is where you clean your clothes, but it also constantly smells like cat waste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's silly. So if you like put your head this way, it smells like cat shit. This way, it smells like bounce.
I'll do you one better. When I lived in Ellesmere, like the first 27 years of my life, we had a cat door in the back door, and our cats would go outside.
Did they bring you in shit though?
Yeah, that's the trade off, is that they would bring us like mice and shit.
Yeah. My cats they're indoor cats.
And
Not
same
built for
now.
they're not built for the streets.
No, my owl boy is too
They ain't
scared.
about that life, dude.
My cats growing up were fucking ruthless though. They didn't give a shit about anything.
I remember Chris Striegel had this one cat. It might even still be alive. I think
Monty?
forever. Yes.
The legend, dude.
He
I
would
love
like
Monty.
every day. Like Chris would tell you, like, yeah, today is what he dropped off, and this was like Facebook days. He would just be a picture of like this destroyed mouse, like laid at a foot of a bed.
I
Like,
fucking
Jesus.
love.
I think Monty just died.
What?
Yeah.
That cat
The
was
fuck outta
seriously-
here.
That cat was seriously 20 years old.
Yeah,
Yes,
he was old.
He was every bit of 20
Yes.
years old. fucking.
I vaguely remember
fucking
seeing
pour one out for the OG, dude. Monty ruled.
I vaguely remember seeing him post something about how like the vet or wherever he had to take him like did right by him and had like a
Yeah.
God damn it, dude. That cat outlived shitty
Yeah.
people.
yeah,
Yes.
rightfully so.
Rightfully so. That cat was a saint on earth.
It was
I
just-
loved
It
Monty.
was always just funny to
Fucking-
me that, Chris being a vegan, his cat was just like, here's an animal
Fucking
carcass
mouse
every
slayer.
fucking morning.
Dad, please eat.
Yes.
Eat something.
It's like, you're such a waif. You're so unhealthy. Here, have this mouse. God damn it.
God, what a legend.
Yeah, that cat.
No-
Like, when I met Chris, that cat seemed old, and this was like the 90s.
Cat,
Well, I might just be thinking of Chris himself.
that cat could vote, dude.
It's true. That cat could rent a car.
It's got an AARP card.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Dude, we really are old, except for Tom.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite things.
I'm in a happy middle.
Speaking of my favorite
creeping
things
up on you.
that I
I
have,
know.
that just it's an old people thing to have. Honestly, I have a AAA card.
I have a AAA card.
I've always had
card.
AAA.
I have a gold
yeah.
membership.
It's funny because I've never driven a car in my entire life.
Yeah, but you could be in a car
Yeah.
and
If you're a AAA
be the
gold,
savior. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have.
I've gotten people out of jam.
Yeah,
if
like
I
if
have
you're
one.
if you're on tour with a
Yup.
band,
Have
or if
locked
you're
keys in
on
the car,
vacation with
cracked
somebody,
axle,
or
yeah.
yeah,
So it's just
yeah,
funny.
your card could save somebody else's ass
One
too.
of the last Iron Price trips that happened, we locked the keys in the car in like Stroudsburg, and
Oh
none of
my
those
God,
guys
what an
had
awful
shit.
place to be stuck.
And I just happened to have. I was like, I got his AAA card. The guy was there in like 30 minutes.
Yep.
I was like, do you need to see my card? And he's like, I don't care.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
And he,
There's
Yeah,
that
he
too.
just like
They
pried
don't
the
give a
top of the
shit.
door open, pulled the keys out. I was like, here you go. See you later.
The handful of times I've had to call AAA for roadside assistance, they've never once asked to actually see the card.
Yeah.
They just pull up. They're like, "Are you Mike?" Yeah,
Sure.
cool.
Well,
Let's
now,
Sure.
let's do this. I'm like,
they definitely
you don't need to confirm that or anything. Like,
They definitely got
Like, you're not
wise to
lying,
that though, because when I was in CrossCheck, like in the early 2010s, when I was between cars, our guitar player came down from Ben Salem and picked me up to go to practice, and I had to fucking call the AAA on the side of the road on like right past the airport on that part of 95. We were pulled over, and I had to like read the member number like over the phone before they would even put me through. The drivers don't care.
well, yeah, I
drivers
had to
don't
do
care.
all that. It's the
Yeah.
drivers that don't
The
give a
drivers
shit.
don't
The
give a
tow trucks
fuck.
come and they're just like, all right, like, you know
They-
why I'm here, like.
Yeah.
I used to always think it was like AAA themselves would send a person, but no, they just outsourced.
Yeah,
it.
they outsource all
Yeah.
of it. That's why
Yeah.
they don't give a shit.
Yeah, and it's like some random dude would, and like like Pete's Towing would show up and like, what's up?
They're probably making a flat rate
Yeah.
from AAA as opposed to like a per however many.
What happened to me once was the guy that AAA sent out got upstreamed by another guy on a tow truck that just saw me on the side of the road.
He got beat by a scab.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Scab tow truck drivers too.
Shout-
Damn, is nothing sacred anymore?
shout out to Dom Rocco. It was coming home from his wedding. We were on 76, and my tire didn't go flat. It straight up blew out.
Oh man. That's
So, yeah, I was just
bad.
like,
No spare.
I had the donut, but the lug nuts were on so tight, I couldn't get them off.
yeah.
So I was just like, I need like somebody with like the actual fucking drill bit to
I'll
get
put-
them off.
I'll put my spud to it. I'll get it off for you.
So, all right.
One of the funniest things that happened.
So I called AAA and they were like, yeah, like this person's on their way. And I'm like, cool. Within 5 minutes, this dude rolls up. I'm like, damn, like this is like super fucking convenient.
like suspiciously
dude was like
convenient.
Johnny on the fucking spot over here. And dude came, like was able to get the nuts off and like put the donut on.
also pause.
And
I thought it, and you said it.
like the thing is, I was so used to like not having to flash the AAA card, and I'm like, "Do you like need to see this or anything?" And he was just like, "No, why do I need to see that?" And I'm like,
I don't know, but I thought. Okay.
One of the funniest.
and then I always tip,
yeah.
so I just like slipped the dude like $10, and he was like, "Oh, cool, thank you, man." He's like, "Here's my card. Like, you ever need anything, like, this is the number to call." I'm like,
Okay.
cool. And then like I'm back on the road, and we're driving home, and then my phone blows up with this number that I don't know. and he's like, "Hey, this is so and so from
Wow.
XYZ Towing. Like, I'm at the mile marker. You
Dude, you
reported
missed-
the roadside assistance. Like, where are you?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like,
You missed it, dude. ABC got you.
yeah, I'm like, dude already took care of me. He's like, yeah, he's not like an accredited like tow truck service like through AAA. Like that wasn't
Well,
wasn't me. Like I was.
The phone was like, Wilson, like you scooped me again.
Like I didn't know. I didn't know that like dudes did that. Like fucking just like
Other tow truck drivers like,
dude like upstreamed other tow trucks on highways like that. But I,
was-
guess
yeah.
that's the way you get out there. Like
I was today years old when I learned that they do that. That's wild.
first
Like
time-
Mad Max.
the first time I ever used AAA, I was still in Dead and Buried, and we had a flat in front of the sidebar in Baltimore, and the guy shows up and he fixes the flat for us, everything like that, and he's just like, "What is this place?" And Jay Money was like, "There's a show here, but it's a bar." He's like, "Oh yeah," and Jay's like, "You want a beer?" And the guy's like, "All right," and proceeded to go in for about 45 minutes and just have a couple beers with Jay.
Oh, the
Yeah, I was like
the
and
mayor
then-
of everywhere,
and
of
then
course.
comes back into his truck and just. I was like, all right, man, that's cool.
What you should have done
Safety
is
first.
what
Yeah.
you should have done is just stood on 40 out in the street and just went like this,
Oh, Jay.
and somebody would have pulled over for you.
It's true.
it's all right. We have Marty to do things like that now.
The next mayor
Yeah,
of
he's-
everywhere.
Jesus Christ, that fucking dude, Marty, in Iron Price, we would pull up to a venue, and most of us would go in and go meet the promoter, go see what the stage looks like or what the sound is and shit.
You also got to figure out where you're gonna put your shit.
Yeah. Marty would disappear completely. Normally with his bass on his back. And just disappear. And then about 30 minutes before you're set to play, he just pulls up. He shows up with 3 random people. You're like, who the fuck are they? He's like, I don't know. They're chill though. Like, all right.
Does he have the backpack style bass
Yes,
case too?
the soft case,
Of
yes.
course he does.
So
It probably says accent music on it or
how
something.
how apt.
getting Marty was the smoothest transition from Dosed because Dosed was that guy for us. So we're like, damn, who's gonna be our social chair when we roll up to random venues that we don't know about?
Yeah.
Oh, we got Marty, so it's kind of an even fucking trade.
You can drop him in the middle of any non-English speaking country, anywhere, and just within an hour, he has 5 lifelong friends.
5 soccer hooligans just
fucking
fucking
nuts.
hanging
Hey
out at
guys,
the bar with him.
I'm
It's
Landfill's twin brother. Would it be cool if I just joined the group and we just act like I was always here? Yeah, there's no weird transitionary period or anything.
Yeah.
Just to make it easier, can you call me Landfill?
I don't know what's happening right now, but
So my I don't know Marty all that well.
yeah.
My Marty story is we are connections on LinkedIn.
Hell yeah, dude. He is a business. He is a professional too.
Yeah.
So
At
I
the
was
end of the
very
day.
confused as I'm getting rid of my alerts on I can't stand
Yeah,
having
they're
any
obnoxious.
red, right? So I'm I'm on LinkedIn and I'm like,
New
why
in
is,
message.
why is Marty saying this weird shit? Because I thought it's some other social media thing, and I was like, oh, this is LinkedIn. This is where we have to appear to be normal human beings.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's good like that too. You put him in amongst normals, and it's kind of like code switching, I guess. But
It's
he can-
assimilating.
He can turn off he can if you introduce him to your parents,
I
he
would
can
have.
talk to them, and music will never come up. His relationship with you will never come up.
You-
He'll be like, "Us, what are you into? Let's talk about that." And he's like,
You think
Jesus.
you think Burke got along well with my mom?
Jordan
wait
Burke
till
and your mom are like fucking pieces.
my
of
wait till
pie.
Marty comes over, dude.
Oh God, Marty is a fucking.
To be fair, I don't think your mom was really enjoying that
She was getting punished.
moment with Jordan.
She was getting punished.
You don't think they were talking? You think she was being talked?
She was being
to?
talked at, yeah.
She was a trooper though. She fucking sat.
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
She'll appease anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, most people have that reaction to Jordan.
Was he talking about the divining?
No.
No.
What the fuck was?
No, they were talking about witchcraft. He was
Yeah.
he was chatting her up about all of her fucking wheelhouse.
He
Yeah.
started because he started talking about being Romani and talking about Ashkenazi shit. And then she's like, "Oh, I found a thread I
I
can
don't know
pull
those
on."
words.
Yeah.
It's all ancestry bullshit. But-
Basically, for lack of a better term, gypsies and stuff like that.
That's Romani for sure.
Yeah. But he just fucking says starts going in and going in. The whole time he's playing with Tom's dog. and, like spinning it around on the floor on his back and shit.
I
Like,
did that.
He's just holding court in Tom's kitchen. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
It was awesome.
He'll do that.
So you're in a band with Jordan and Marty. Like, fuck me.
There's no lack of fucking entertainment when you're in a van with him.
You don't have to speak ever.
Well, Alex too. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
that's true too. But Alex is into mostly just video games.
Put on some fucking technical death metal album and you'll get his autistic DVD commentary for like every fucking riff on like a 55-minute
Or
long
put on
album.
like the soundtrack to Super Mario Galaxy.
I'd listen to that. The former, that is.
I remember another sidebar story was back when Dom. Whoa.
Oh,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
shit.
sorry.
Sorry.
That's my gay alarm. That's my gay alarm.
But we're at the green room at Sidebar was that shitty moldy basement.
The side to
But we
my.
played.
There was a green room at the sidebar?
Yeah,
There was
that
a
basement.
It was
The basement.
It was a room.
It was normally blocked off by small, like where they would put up the tables.
You know how there's
It
like
rarely-
Yeah, that's all we ever
rarely-
got were like where the merch tables
They
were. They're
rarely
like,
used it.
this little cushion like diner booth is like
Yeah,
where
up at the
top.
that's your green room. Yeah, the little you
You
walk
know how
up like the one step.
Well,
you know how Kung Fu Necktie has like the downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Well, here's the thing.
Really?
Never knew
Was
that
it
existed.
downstairs?
They would open it.
Yeah.
They would open it for
Next to the stage.
for when Denenberry would play Sidebar because normally we packed out the Sidebar pretty well.
Oh,
But-
all 50 of your fans came to one place.
Yeah,
I
but
know,
50 people
sidebars-
in the sidebar
It's a
felt
lot
like
of
a
people.
fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
But when this was like one of the first times Iron Price played the Sidebar, and like the owner,
The basement was the only place that band could fit.
the owner knew me. He's like, "Oh, this is Dennis's band. I should open up the downstairs for the bands." And what's the not fucking? It was
Travis, right?
It was basically the Divining with a different name. What the fuck was
World
it?
Below.
World Below. It was us
the
and
World
them
Below
there.
was good.
And
Yeah.
they was like, "All right, there's beers down in the fucking."
You're talking about Travis, right? Sidebar Travis?
Yeah, Big Travis.
Yeah.
And they're like,
He
oh,
hooked us up a bunch too.
He was like, "Yeah, the beers are down in the basement. Have at it." It was basically just like loose, random beers and shit. And I'm down there, and Alex was wearing a Half-Life T-shirt, the video game franchise. I was like, "Oh, that shirt's sick, dude." And he's just like, proceeded like 45 minutes talking at me about
just gave you the
Half-Life.
Half-Life
uninterrupted.
Wikipedia
This
page.
is me the entire time. Well,
So
it's
me.
it's not. And I was just like, eventually I was just like, I gotta load in. The show wasn't even, doors haven't opened yet and shit. I was like, but I love Alex though. But god
He's a
damn
good
it.
boy.
That's all I've heard.
Do you know how
I guess it's
excited
true.
Jordan's gonna be? He's going, you start talking about the divining on the podcast.
Yeah, you
was
all
pretty-
you
That
usually-
has- that
usually
hasn't
talking
come
about
up.
the divining.
On any Jordan episodes yet.
I think I brought it
Yet.
up once, but it just pretty much just got forgot. It was like telling how like I first met him. We played a. Well, I knew him like this is so awful from message board shits and before that, but we
Shout out-
Denenberry
shout
played
out
with
Nye Mugger.
Divining down in Maryland at this place with a tank out front, like one of those types of VFW.
Yeah.
And I was just walking by, and he's just like, "Yo, Dennis, we're smoking weed in the van. You want to come in?" I was like, "Yeah, all right. I got nothing else to do." So I just sat there. I didn't smoke weed or nothing. I got high anyway. But it was
Content,
all of them just hotboxing this van that they had
Yeah.
to go play in front of 25 people.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to
Yeah.
do what you got to do.
It was
We,
fun though.
we would always, Jordan and I would always get into who was more popular, Brain Dead or the Divining. This was many, many years ago.
So what's the synopsis then?
I don't know. I was high on perks, so
as an outsider,
As you do.
as an
yeah,
outsider, I would say Brain Dead.
yeah.
It's not a slam against the Divining. The Divining did really good on small shows. Brain Dead would do well on bigger shows and actually got bigger shows more often.
So I actually tried to get Brain Dead to do a reunion not too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm social media friends with Stevie, and you know, like we had been talking. I was like, oh, dude, it'd be, you know,
Right.
kind of be, it would be fun. He's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, you know, because like none of us like Chris. No one's seen or heard from Chris in
And Muscle
in-
Beach
in
went off the
years.
deep end too.
yeah. But I was like, you know, I started like a group chat with me, him, and Chico, and because Chico's got like, I think he's got like 2 or 3 kids now. He still lives in Philly, and I know he was doing some stuff musically, But for whatever reason,
Joe Vergara moved away. He like lives in Ohio now, right?
yeah, I haven't talked to Joe in like 15 years.
Most people haven't.
But Brenda kept coming up randomly, and found out that it's on Spotify. So I was like, I listened to it. I was like, oh man, I haven't listened to this in years. Like this would be fun. Like nothing serious. And it was just like, oh, it's never gonna happen. But it was just nice to entertain the idea for
You should have done
a
that.
hot second.
You should have done that with Sad State of Affairs too. I ran into members of Sad State of Affairs recently. One of the J Money benefits.
Reed, right?
Reed and George showed up.
Yeah, George.
really?
George
Yep.
came home. Yeah, because
Yep.
George lives in, he lived at least last I talked to him was in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was there with Reed, and Reed told me about all his noise projects and stuff, and George just kind of chilled.
I saw Derm. This is like 2 summers ago, just randomly on the street, and I was working in Old City, and I didn't recognize him. And he's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?" And I'm like, "Who is this talking to me right
I
now?"
hate that feeling. I hate that feeling so much.
And then I realized it was Derm. But he's got I think he's got a kid or something. He's married with a kid, or
He's
think
getting
I-
married.
I think went
Getting
full
married.
normie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Him and his fiance, unless they got married like on the low. But last I heard, they were just
because he's not a
engaged.
social media guy. So.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
Smart
good
boy.
for him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good for
smart.
Durham ruled.
Yeah, and
I'm
as
sure he still
as,
does, but-
as much as I always loved him, like he and I fell out of touch, like not for any reason.
Yeah, I
We
haven't
just
talked to that dude in like 15 years.
I haven't seen or talked to him. I think the last time I saw him was maybe 5-6 years ago. We ran into each other at a Phillies game,
Yeah.
and we just shot the shit for 5 minutes, and then kept it moving.
Yeah, it was.
And I was like, that was really weird. And that's the
Yeah.
thing. There was never any awkwardness between me and that guy. We were always tight.
Well, it's kind of like the bond, because he doesn't really pursue music after that. So it's
Yeah.
like, you don't have that to talk about anymore.
Yeah.
So what you really have to talk about is
Family.
the Phillies and
Actually, no. I saw him the last
or
time.
whatever happened to this person X. You know what I mean? Like
The last time Quicksand played Philly.
oh, he came out.
Yeah, he was there.
not the Underground Art Show that just recently.
No, I think it was at
Was it?
UT. Last time they played UT
Okay.
Okay.
was when I saw him.
Last time I
I
saw
think
that,
that was
I said
closer
it was
than-
2012.
Oh,
But-
so that's even longer.
Yeah, it was way.
It's,
My memory is
I
all
like
fucked up.
I like that a lot of our generation went normie, because this is, no, I'm not taking it into dark territory, but a lot of them didn't make it because everybody knows obviously the opioid epidemic fucked our generations up bad. So now it's when you see someone that's not involved in hardcore or punk rock and just a complete normie, you're like, at least they're still
Oh,
alive.
Yeah.
You got out.
At least you're not in jail. At least you're still alive.
You made it.
Thank you. That fucking rules. I love that for you.
That-
I love that you just go fishing. One dude me and Mike kind of goof on, even though we still love him, is Irv Johnson.
Love
All
her.
he
Yeah.
does is post pictures of him going bass fishing, and he is just fucking loving life. And you're just like, he got out. He's safe. He's fine.
Listen,
He's fishing.
I'd
It rules.
I'd rather see pictures of Irv fishing
Yeah.
and him reposting Sleepy Joe Biden memes than see
So
him
true.
Yeah.
on drugs or fucked up with nothing going on for him. So
It's I don't even get
He's-
mad with
dude's living his best life, and I
friends
fucking
of
love
ours
it.
that have gone conservative, because I'm like, all right, at least they're still alive. Whew, that's good.
God help you
Yeah.
if you're older than me and I see a photo of you moshing or something.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh man, come on.
it's like
Well, I ran into Guns at that benefit show for
Yes!
that kid Bobby from down the shore.
the one that Hollow Points played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So of all people that I ran into that was actually cool to me was Guns. I mean, Guns was always cool to me.
Yeah, yeah.
He's fun,
And he was the nicest, chillest dude to talk to. We caught up for over a half hour. We were talking about going golfing together and
nice.
I'm like, dude, how fucking old are we? We're talking about scheduling a fucking tea time
That rules.
at a hardcore show of all places.
So-
But yeah, running into random people that the last people you thought you would
Yeah.
be 10, 20 years down the road, like talking about going golfing or like how your 9-to-5 job is going or like how are your kids. Like
I like the people my age and like some a little bit younger, like that generation, where like they still go to shows, but they also found all these other outside interests, a family.
Yeah,
it's like they're like, this is great. So we can still talk about
meaning,
punk, and we can, and then we also talk about adult shit. But it's weird when you come across like somebody you came up with that is still only into hardcore shows.
Oh, dude,
Like
or like they're reposting fest flyers and shit.
Like,
and I'm like,
oh, you should go to this show next weekend. You should go to this show next week. I'm like, look, dude, I got about it in me these days to go like every other month to a show.
Yeah.
that's on the outside.
And that will fuck up my routine for weeks. It's like, so yeah, I can't do every fucking weekend.
when we
like,
play a
yeah.
show, I've got like a fucking bangover for like 3 days.
Yeah.
I have to plan so carefully what show I'm going to go to because of like trying to have multiple streams of income and bullshit. Like,
and now that your free time, you're like, okay, I've got a couple hours that I could go to a show, or I could catch up on laundry, or I could do shit around the house.
right.
Like,
It's
which do I
so
pick?
precious, dude.
it sucks, but that's just what it is at this age.
right.
But yeah, so it's weird when you see like dudes like, especially my age, and there's like, oh yeah, I'm going this weekend, then I'm going to the other show on a Thursday. You're like, you're going on a fucking weeknight? Are you nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, God.
Listen,
damn.
I will
bless
always
them,
I mean, I'm not knocking it, and I'll always love it. Like I'll always love hardcore. I'll always
Yeah.
love heavy music in general.
Yeah.
I listen to it every day when I'm fucking lifting up heavy shit in the gym.
It's
Putting it back in.
I'll listen
go-to.
to it when I'm like doing fucking chores around the house to make my fucking shit move faster.
Tight.
But you'll seldom catch me at a fucking show, let alone like putting my body in fucking harm's way.
Yeah, it's gotta be like, like I still will go to shows, but
Maybe I'll wear a mouth guard if I go fucking near it.
never to the extent I was doing it in my teens, 20s, and even 30s.
God only knows how many fucking expensive fucking dentist visits I dodged by like a fucking hair doing the dumb fucking shit that we used to do.
Yup.
Like,
I
'cause-
have to plan what shoes I'm gonna wear.
Yeah, I do that. I do that a lot too.
Yeah.
Definitely wearing the shoes with the insoles to the show.
and like what shirts and like like clothes you wear. Like, well, I don't care if this one gets a hole in it. I don't care if this one gets something spilled on it.
Gotta wear something
I don't care
black.
if it's like
It's a
especially the
fucking
shows we go to now. Mostly they're in like bars,
tight spaces and shit. Yeah.
So it's like I don't care if this smells like a bar the next day. So yeah,
or God forbid I'm going straight from work.
yeah.
That's why I keep a pair of shoes in my car.
dude, that's what kills me nowadays. Is like
Going straight from work
if
anywhere.
we book a show on
A
like
week-
we know better at this point than to book it on like a random weeknight, but say we have like a Friday night show.
or let's say got like a sick band has come through.
Yeah.
Like they're playing Kung Fu Necktie on a Thursday.
Well, I'll
And-
use a very specific example. The last time we played with I Hate God was on a Friday.
Brag.
And it's like, I'm not going to pass up playing with my
Right.
literal favorite band of all time.
On a Friday.
On a Friday,
On a
when you
Friday.
know, like, the place is going to probably sell out.
Of course.
Where was
And
this?
JB's.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Fuck, great menu too.
it was, the school year had literally just started. So my internal clock was still all fucked up. My sleep schedule was different. So I was like getting out of work and just like, I didn't feel like I could move. I'm like, I need to like chug 3 coffees, an energy drink, and
And
like
then you
fucking
drive into the city
have someone like stick
after
a finger in my butt to like fucking wake me up or something, so I
Damn,
can
you need-
get through our
You
fucking
need to
set.
come to wake up.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes.
Like, guys, give me the green room for like 5 minutes.
Asking your wife to flick your balls. in the morning.
Just tug on them.
That works for you too.
Just flick my bag, please. And not like gingerly, just hard. So I
Oh,
Yeah, right?
And
Come
you
on.
have to drive from New Jersey into the city.
Get it like a pack of
after
cigarettes.
after school hours too.
Yeah,
like
it was
when
not it, like. And the thing is, like, you get
That's-
that like little bit of adrenaline boost, like when you're on stage and like you start playing, but that shit fades out
Yeah.
by like song
Yeah.
2.
It comes down
Yeah.
quick.
And I'm just like, I'm just looking at my watch, like,
And
when
there's
are we
some-
fucking done?
You have those some weird friends that after you're done playing, they're like,
You know
you're
exactly
like,
how many.
Oh man, come have a beer with me. You're like,
Like, yo,
I'm holding ass.
Yo, they
man.
gave us like 20 drink tickets. Like,
Like-
great. Like,
You know
Here.
exactly how many songs are left in the set.
I'll chug too. You guys are cool because even though I kind of want to stay and watch the other bands, I gotta get up.
I'm fighting for my life
I'm
up here.
going home, man.
I can't remember the last show. Well, my memory is also fucking fried, but I can't remember the last show I went to. I mean, I went to.
I haven't been.
I went to Metallica.
That was like a month ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Ish.
purposely seek out shows where like the headliner isn't even the band I want to see, just so I can leave early.
So you can get there about 8.
I learned.
Yeah.
Be
I
out by
learned
9:30.
Like the one band I want to see is playing like third
Oh,
out of
man.
5.
That's
Three of four.
So like
Three
I
of
can
4?
show up late and I can fucking Irish goodbye as soon as they're done. Like
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Metallica was
Fucking-
cool because it was
That's
Friday,
different. Metallica-
Friday
that's
and
Metallica,
Sunday.
like-
right, but
that's an event.
It was something.
there was a show at the church I wanted to see that was Nails and No Warning. That was that
Okay.
Friday.
Yeah.
But I also want to see Limp Bizkit.
Fair enough.
Damn, man, the choices we have to make in life.
You want to, speaking of bad memory, and you want to talk about planning a show and all of these things related. One of my worst blunders I think I've ever had was last September. Nails played Soundstage, but the lineup of the show was fucking. It was like
The Integrity one?
no, it was Tribal Gaze,
Ooh.
200 Stab Wounds, and another great band, Mammoth Grinder.
So okay, sick. 43-year-old me would have to like seriously juggle. Do I want to see that lineup or do I want to see Limp Bizkit play a fucking stadium?
So this was
23-year-old me would have slapped the fucking dog shit out of me for even like considering
But look,
doing that one
listen,
over the
let me-
other.
let me
Those
tell
bands-
let me tell the story too.
Can I say one thing real quick? I'm sorry. But even if you love those bands way more than you'll ever love Limp Bizkit show probably has chairs.
I need exactly A, stadium cushion stadium chairs. B, it's a people watching spectacle
Yeah.
on stage and in the crowd. I'm gonna be way more entertained by option B.
So what happened
So-
to Nails thing?
And I've seen Nails and No Warning. I've lost count of how many times. So
So I was looking forward to the show for a while. It was a major fuck up on my part. First of all, the show was in Baltimore at Soundstage, and I was at work at that time at the National Guard job, and I was house sitting for Kels because she was in Tennessee. So I had to time when I left Newcastle to go to media, take care of the dogs, go to Baltimore, and then go back. And I had work. It was also a Thursday, so I had to do all kinds of shit to make this work. And I bought the
Early-
ticket ahead of time.
early 30s, like around like 33, 34 was around where I was just like
And
I was starting
and,
to taper off. Like I can't do that shit anymore.
I pre-bought my parking pass for the garage next door because it was discounted. If you buy a ticket,
So
to
you were
Sound-
locked in. You're like, no matter how shitty I feel after work, I gotta go because
Yep.
I already bought my fucking parking.
There's
spot.
So-
times even I would still pick. I'll take the hit of
I
money.
I didn't even
Not
change
that
out of my work. I was like, I'll keep my work clothes on, whatever. My boots are comfortable enough to stand in,
Yeah.
and
Way too much driving.
I drove from Newcastle
When I was still
to media down to Baltimore. I went into the parking garage and I went to scan my parking pass to go to my parking spot, and it wasn't working. And then I checked the date of my ticket, and it was for the following Thursday.
Oh,
I went there. I went there on the 12th, and the show was the 19th. The silence that I drove home in from Baltimore.
Were you just doing like this? You're like punching your leg, like you stupid motherfucker.
I could have stared a hole through a submarine at that point with my glare.
And
I was.
And the
I
worst
was.
part is you had no one to blame but yourself. So you're in the,
Myself.
like the rear view mirror. You're just like you fucking.
I was-
God damn it.
I was 7 shades of pissed off.
that's the thing. Like that's where I would drive home
I
in
thought about
silence
killing
as well.
Yeah.
I thought about
But I
killing
wouldn't.
myself
It's
right
like
there.
it's not like angry like white knuckles on the steering wheel mad. It's just like
It's just-
wow, I'm a fucking idiot. Like,
silent.
this is entirely self-inflicted. Like
And then
this
it'll-
is all my fault.
I could have drove into the harbor. At that
Yeah,
point.
like I can't yell and scream and like project this anger onto anyone else because no one else had anything to do with this fucking blunder but
And
me.
then it like
But me.
a bet's a little bit, and you're just like, all right, whatever. There's like, then like 10 seconds, you're like, God damn it! Just like it just keeps.
so did
hitting
you
the
end up
words.
going the next week?
I did.
Oh jeez, I would have fucking been like, nope.
I was going to that fucking show.
One trip to Baltimore is enough.
It was right as or before the newest album just came out,
Okay.
and it was fucking Tribal Gaze, 200 Stab Wounds, Mammoth Grinder. I am not missing that lineup, and it was fantastic. And right when Nails played, I left.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I wasn't that old. I was like 30, 31.
This was
like,
last
early
September, by the
30s.
way.
This is when I was still living in Philly. And it was like a random Wednesday. Floor was playing the Barbary. But it was a 10 p.m. start.
Oh, boy.
Fuck that.
Like they were doing, because you know how Barbary would do like other events, and it's like
Yeah.
as soon as
Oh my
like
God,
this
dude.
like dance party ends, the show's gonna start, or vice versa. So like they had very strict like time constraints. So it's
The
like
Barbary was fucking notorious for their dance party shit.
yeah,
dude.
but like
they were awful shows.
I am not missing fucking Floor in like a tiny room like that. I want to get my fucking head blown off by some fucking riffs, so I'm getting a ticket. And then
I'm
like the
going to
closer
this
it
town.
got to that date, the more I was like, why am I fucking doing this to myself?
Yeah.
Like it's a school night. Like yeah, I
It
could
is a
call out
literal
the next
school
day and like treat myself, but it's also like I don't really want to do that. Like I also really don't want to go out at 10 p.m. to a show on a random Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Regardless.
You know-
So like the night comes
Come.
and I'm like, pause. And I'm just like, all right, it's like 8 p.m. Like I have my purchase ticket.
Dude,
You know what happens.
you didn't go.
I fucking stayed home. I was like, there's no way I'm going out at 10
Did you
p.m.
at least do like the Instagram story? Like, I got a ticket to Florida night. Anybody want it?
It was too late.
That's a Bill Durant Instagram story.
I would do that.
It was too late for me to.
Free.
It was too late for me to like offer it up to anybody for free. Like that's how lazy I was that night. I'm just like, I'm not
Dude,
even gonna make an
I've-
attempt to like
I-
flip this ticket or
I've
give
had-
it away
I'm
just
for
gonna
free.
eat it.
I've had
Yeah.
I've had a
I was still living
handful.
with Mark, so I was like, if he was home, I would have been like, here, take it, it's yours. But he wasn't
And he'd
home.
be like,
I was
"Oh,
just
I'm
like,
going."
here's this ticket. I'm just fucking throwing it in the trash.
I've had a small handful of tickets purchased that I did not go to because the night, like the literal moment that I should leave the house to get there on time, showed up and I was like, I'm so tired.
yeah.
I remember one time I was actually going to take. This was maybe right before COVID. Helmet was coming through town, and I was
They
like-
played the Queen.
And I was taught, no, this wasn't the Queen. This
Oh,
was
okay.
in Philadelphia. And I was like,
Oh,
no one wanted to go with me. So I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll take the train up, blah, blah, blah. It was like a Tuesday night. I was like, let's do this. This will be great. And I just started dreading it instantly.
Yep.
As soon as it happened, I was like, you're not going to go. You know you're going to flake out. Why did you buy that ticket? But I was like, no, I'm going to fucking do it. I'm actually going to do it and stick to it this time. No, I didn't go. At all.
If I'm buying a ticket ahead of time, right, it's a concert, right? So like Metallica, I got like early access, whatever. So I bought that. And,
it was
like,
at the link, right?
Yeah, it was at the link. I did it for like the Deftones earlier. So like if I can sit down, yeah,
Sure.
I'm not worried about it. But sometimes it's the only time I get to see, some of my friends. So it's been cool. Like Frank's
True.
been bringing his daughter. So like she was at Green Day, she was at the Deftones, and we all got tickets for Turnstile at the Man, which is crazy,
Yeah.
and it's
Crazy to
sold
think.
out.
Oh man, it's 2 months.
Yeah. I want to see Speed. I don't really, I'm trying to get into Turnstile. They don't really do it, but it's like a chance to get
Yeah.
to hang out with my friends. It's
Yeah,
always
it's,
cool
you
to
still,
see.
it's still a cool
Yeah.
show to see live.
Yeah.
Something to do. Yeah.
It's like what 7,500 people, and it's sold out like basically.
I believe
instantly.
it. I believe that.
Tickets were $90.
God. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. Like,
The appeal to me,
There's some guarantees on that show.
the appeal to me to going to see Metallica in 2025 is like the tailgate beforehand.
Oh,
Like I can hang out in a parking lot with like a bunch of my good friends for like hours, and like someone will have a grill going, and like people will be fucking crushing beers and like hanging out and playing music and just like shooting the shit. Like that's all I need. Like I don't even need to go into the show at this point.
I ran into
That's
Mark in
true.
the parking lot.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. That's like he was probably holding court with God knows
everybody.
how many fucking people.
To Dennis.
drinking buzz balls, yeah.
To Dennis's detriment, the only Instagram that I use now is for the podcast, so that's how I share my reels and shit. But it seemed like every follower we ever had went to that show.
Oh, yeah. I just thought it was funny when you saw those, like, people were like, oh, yeah, we went to go see Pantera and Metallica, and then, like, the next week they're going to a protest. I'm like, you just saw
That's ironic.
Pantera.
That's
What are you
ironic.
doing? This is silly. I can't take you seriously, you silly little goose. But like also like I wouldn't walk out on like a Metallica. I don't even.
I assume Phil's been on his best behavior.
Oh yeah.
Due to like probably multiple stipulations in
Get him
that
drunk
contract.
But I wouldn't.
He's sober.
I wouldn't flake
Sober,
on like a
so.
Metallica show.
Good.
Also, the money you would put into like a Metallica ticket is way more than any. Like you said that what was it? Turnstile you said was $90.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's too much. I would. Band like my favorite band, Helmet. I would not pay $90 to see them.
Well, you've seen Helmet how many times too?
20 some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you saw them when they were actually in their prime.
Oh, yeah.
fucking, like
I honestly, my cap would be like 50 before fees.
And that's Helmet now.
Yeah. Well, they don't charge that now. Like a helmet ticket, you're like $30.
I'm going more for like I want to hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah,
a
of
little-
course.
It's a social thing too.
Yeah, it's more for the experience because I'd also like to see the reaction that Speed gets with all of these people.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty big. I
Yeah.
assume
They're on
pretty
the
big.
rise
And they're
for sure.
also not even close to local. So who
Yeah.
knows if you'll ever have another chance to see them again.
They're from
you know?
Australia. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like one caveats is like I will try to go I will put a little more effort in going to see a band if they're from overseas.
Yes.
Because first off, support is I still buy into that thing because I'm still a dork. But also it's like that band could break up in a month and you will miss
You've
the
never
chance-
seen them.
Yep.
You've never seen them. There's tons of bands like from Japan I love that I never got to see because I skipped chances to go see them and they break up like 3 weeks later. You're like, so you fucked it. Now what are you gonna do?
Gonna wish.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm hoping Cruelty does another U.S. run.
they probably
will.
I don't think they're gonna go anywhere.
I mean,
They're becoming an institution.
knock on wood, because I fucking blew it, miss it, because it was a weeknight.
Oh,
The
man.
Outer Heaven show they played,
yeah.
that was a fucking weeknight, and it was like, I think it was still technically summer, but like I was starting to like gear up to go back to
It was
school,
late.
so I was just like, I don't want to go to this.
The last show I traveled kind of far to was at House of Independence in whatchamacallit?
Asbury?
Yeah, Asbury, because it was Cruelty, Dead Body, another band, and Sanguisuga Bog, and Cruelty was fucking fantastic.
Well, no,
I'm sure they were the highlight of the night.
Somewhat.
They were the set of the night.
We traveled
My
somewhat
God,
to go
dude.
see Morbid Angel.
That was a travel show
Wasn't
too.
that out in
Yeah,
like Reading or somewhere?
it was
Mechanicsburg.
may as well. It was farther. Yeah.
But in
Again,
retrospect,
Morbid Angel in 2025, like
it wasn't.
It wasn't even-
morbid. It was that I am morbid.
okay, so it's
Yeah.
like you're gonna get what you get.
We
but
watched
again,
it.
it's like a Metallica show in 2025. Like I'm there for the heavy metal parking lot
It was more
and the
fun.
people watching.
It was more fun to drive out there with Evan Williams.
Yeah.
yeah, and like that's the thing. Like some of my best memories of going to shows, even as a kid, was like
Drive.
road tripping to like places you've never been to before, and being in a car for 6 hours with like
With
your
your dumb
friends,
friends, yeah.
just
Oh.
like talking crazy shit.
And luckily, like by the skin of our teeth, we got in to see Noel. Noel was goddamn incredible.
So Fulci, they were sick.
Fulci was
Suffocation
good.
Was great.
Suffocation was amazing. We watched 1.5 Pete Sandoval songs, and we left.
Yeah, the band we all like. That was what we wanted to go see. We ended up leaving like 2.5 songs.
I've pulled that move many a time
that was
too.
a weeknight too, right? It was a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday,
We did the podcast on the way there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah,
and homework on the way back.
And it was funny because like at the one point in time, we're just like we both look at each other and we're just like
We all
we
did.
just sit there, like, you ready? Like yeah.
All you have to do to signal me to leave is just dart your,
I mean, it's actually the heck. I was like, eh.
dart your
Yeah,
eyes,
yeah.
and I'm like,
You know what just
I'll grab my
like sucks
purse.
though is when you try to do that move and there's that one person in the group that's just like, I want like Jesus Christ, God damn it.
I want to see if they play blah blah blah.
There's like 4 of us want to leave, but fucking this dickhead, you know, he has to see a certain song that they haven't played since 1991. You're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
But luckily Evan who's older than me, was just like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
We all understood the assignment quietly to
Oh
ourselves.
yeah, absolutely. God damn it.
The last time I traveled with
Shout out to Street Pharmacist.
I traveled to a show with a group of people was Botch.
Nice.
And a bunch of us went to Sayreville because like I wanted to see Cave-In because I haven't seen Cave-In
Yeah.
forever. Converge played the most lackluster set I've ever seen them play.
That's sad.
and then Botch was just phenomenal. But I do everything by myself, so it's nice where like, oh, let me check with myself if I want to.
Yeah.
Is it time to go?
Self, do you?
The majority of situations that I know are going to be tough to get out of, I will fly solo to.
Dude, how
Right.
sick of it instead of
Like I'll meet up with a bunch of people there,
Yeah.
but I'm not carpooling.
No, never.
or let me ask you guys this:
You
since,
draw a puppet on your hand. You're like, is it time to leave? And you're like, yeah, it is.
like, let me ask you, like, because like I've always had to go with other people unless I took the train because I don't drive.
Shut up,
Well, like,
shut up.
How sick is it to be like
You're pretty tired.
not have to go like track down other people to say if they want to get out of there? You just gotta go
It's the best move.
about face and head to the
Yep.
exit. Like that's probably so awesome.
It's because that's why,
probably
like,
so sick.
the neighborhood of Underground Arts, Union Transfer, and even the Voltage Lounge for a little bit was like my favorite thing because it's so easy to park in that, especially for Union Transfer shows, and I can just sneak
Dude,
right
I-
out by myself
I-
and just cut.
I fucking love fucking Irish goodbyeing at shows.
Oh, I have to.
Dude, I fucking get off on it. When I'm like halfway home, I'm like on the bridge and like my phone lights up.
Where
like,
are you at?
Did you leave? I'm like, yes.
Hell yeah, I did.
Well, I had to do that.
That's when I pull it. Great to see you.
because I am a notorious motor mouth. I know,
What?
right? But and I was like, people like I was in bands with are always like, "Oh, great, you know, we're done playing, but Dennis has the fucking whole court for like another hour and a half." Then I was like, "Okay, I'm inconveniencing anybody else," and then I would just leave with the rest of the band for the first time. I was like, "Oh, cool, I'll be home by 11." This rules. Like, holy shit, I've been fucking up all of these years.
It's 10:45 and I'm in my bed.
Yes, like
Rocks.
Holy crap, dude! Like, yes. So that after that point, that realization, I was like, Irish goodbye all the time.
Fuck around and get 7 hours tonight.
Yeah. Because I'm not the only Punisher out there. The last thing you want to do is like be ready to leave and try to say goodbye. Someone's like, no, come here, let me ask you a question real quick, and that turns into
Nah,
a
text me about
20-minute
it.
conversation.
Yeah.
Like,
Nope.
ask me tomorrow.
You got a question? Text me about it.
Ask me tomorrow, dickhead. Speaking of questions, we have a regular segment on this podcast for first timers that come through. Eric,
Okay.
ESun, these are 12 of the hardest questions you'll ever be asked in your entire
Now,
life.
do you have regular questions and then questions for people of color? Because I assume I'm the second person of color who's been on here. The first being Len's been on here, right?
John Jones, Gerard from
Gerard.
Gerard.
Okay.
Xavier. Mm-hmm. You're the first yellow person.
Okay.
So
So,
got
is this
that
like
going
I have a black friend? Let me name my black friends. I can't be
wouldn't say-
racist.
I wouldn't say I'm actually friends with them.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
I like them just fine though.
They're okay, but just don't. I don't want them in my neighborhood. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Obviously.
You're a NIMBY,
What's that mean?
not in my backyard.
Oh Christ. We brought it back to backyards. Look at that, dude.
Dude,
We're
I
fucking
just want a
friends.
yard. I want a pool in a yard.
God damn
I don't
it.
want a yard. One of my goals is to never own a lawnmower.
That's a good goal, honestly.
I don't own a lawnmower. I pay people to mow my grass. It sucks, but I
Yeah,
don't have to
that
do
counts.
If you have access to a pool and no yard and no grass,
it. Pull that grass up and give me multiple pools.
Well, when I
Pave
lived
it.
in Florida, of course I paid someone to do my
Yeah.
lawn.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be outside.
I don't want grass. Pave it.
Pave my. You can even put yellow lines and I'll charge parking. I don't give a fuck. Get it
Put a
outta
ramp.
here.
I don't care.
All right.
Skateboard ramp.
Well, this segment's called Gripping Inquiries for Mr. Eric Whitty. Question number 1. Remember when you told me bands like Counterparts, Ghost Inside, and Straight from the Path were good?
Yes.
What was wrong with you?
I was high on perks.
Fucking.
But I still like those bands. Dude, the new what was
Stop.
see, this is how bad my memory is. What were the
Yep.
Stray from the Path?
Yeah,
The new Stray from the Path record is actually really, really good.
I don't believe it.
Well,
They're playing a last show pretty soon, I think.
yeah.
Aw. So they didn't stray from the path of quitting. All right.
Not yet.
I think most of my answers will be I was high on perks.
All right, then this one's going to be perfect.
Okay.
PERCFECT.
Question number 2.
Okay.
All
Sandwich
do-
is ready.
Question number 2. All dogs technically have beards. How cool is that?
Dogs have beards?
Every single one.
It's pretty cool.
You see? So you go. I got another. Here's number 3.
Okay.
How sick is basic infrastructure? Asking for a city.
Basic infrastructure?
Yeah, dude.
How sick is it?
Yeah.
Where do you come up with this shit?
I'll ask the questions.
Sure.
There you go. Perfect answer.
Okay.
Maybe Philly will have some by the time this episode drops.
Speaking of sick, ever seen one of those portable air compressors?
Yes.
Tight. Correct answer. All right. Question number 5. Where do Scientologists keep their mugs?
In the cabinet?
In the L. Ron cupboard.
Jesus.
Question number 6. Ever
Hell
see a
yeah,
girl
dude.
whose tan lines have shit stains?
Can't say that I have.
Me neither, but it's fun. Is the rise of incel culture to blame for the lack of skeezers in the year 2025?
The lack of skeezers.
Yeah. Hoe-ass tricks skeezers?
Can you call them those things in 2025?
Correct answer. Question number 8. Should I get stronger than babies tattooed on my throat
Yes.
or my tummy?
Yes.
All right.
You should get it across your tummy in, like, the letters should just be like babies in diapers.
Oh, I like that. It's kind of like wingdings, but with babies.
Yeah.
Or like those blocks that have the letters and shit on them with the pictures that are in little kid rooms.
No, that's stupid. I like his answer.
Okay, fuck
All
you
right.
too.
Question number 9. This is going to take a little bit into a dark territory.
Okay.
Do you think Whitney Houston ever found that true love that eluded her in life in the afterlife?
It depends on if you can get high in the afterlife.
So you're saying her true love was coke?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that checks.
Crack is a product of
if
coke.
the afterlife exists, you would think that like
Oh,
you'd
you
be
can
able to
smoke
get.
crack with no repercussions.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, look at that. I didn't think about it that way.
She's up there dancing with somebody right now.
yeah.
She's feeling the heat with somebody.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Feel the
heat-
heat
the-
of that
the
fucking
heat of-
crack pipe.
Yep.
That's right. But it won't burn her lips anymore.
No.
Fuck Bobby Brown. Question number 10. Should all underage girls in porn have to use the stage name Amber Alert?
Jesus Christ.
Correct answer. Question number 11. Food drive. It doesn't even have wheels. It's not really a question, so just shaking your head is the perfect
Okay.
answer. Finally,
Well done.
question number 12. How bad do you think Scrooge McDuck smelled after swimming in his money bin?
I mean, there's a lot of germs.
Exactly.
It's just
All those-
filled with all those germs.
All those coins, dude.
All those coins.
Did you ever hold a handful of coins and smell your hand?
Well, they weren't pennies; they were gold coins, so maybe they didn't smell that bad.
Gold. Just,
And he didn't let anybody else swim in his.
Well,
Pool.
nobody else could swim in it, right?
So
'Cause
he was
he's
just-
the only one who could.
He's
swim
only
in it.
smelling his own stink, which
Or
doesn't offend you as bad as others.
Just because it's gold and shiny doesn't mean it's
But like, here's the thing: is
antimicrobial.
he was so rich that he probably didn't care what he smelled like.
Oh, true.
That's a great point.
Like when you hear about those recluse like billionaires that just like have long ass finger, like Monty Burns when he tried to find the spruce moose. Damn, correct answer.
You think he paid people to wash his gold coins?
I don't know.
Did he ever have help?
I don't
Scrooge?
think so.
McDuck?
You never saw help on screen.
He didn't.
He could have
Well,
made his nephews
he had a
do it.
pilot. That's it.
He had nephews.
He had Launchpad.
Make
Yeah, but he
them do
didn't put him to work. They
But
were.
That you
what's
know
the-
of.
What was the lineage of? How does he have nephews? Right?
Wait, they did. They had a She had a maid, Mrs. Beakley or whatever,
Oh.
and she used to watch the other kid on DuckTales, Webby, the girl.
Man.
But
so
I
that
don't-
used to be one of my favorite shows.
yeah, I don't even
I don't
remember that
remember.
much.
Oh well, it's still a perfect score.
Shout out to Duckburg, dude.
Damn, race cars, lasers, airplanes. It's a fucking duck blur, guys.
Is DuckTales available on any streaming service?
I hope so.
I guarantee you, it's on Disney Plus. I don't know
True.
for sure,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
but I have to say,
It's a product of Disney. it
flawless.
must be.
Yo, dude, that era of Disney cartoons.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
dude.
banging.
That's why they reran them in my childhood because they're awesome.
Chippendale's Rescue Rangers,
Yup.
Tailspin, all of them are Darkwing.
Darkwing Duck.
Fuck,
Yeah.
Dude, I love all this fucking
Darkwing Duck,
things.
man. I need it.
Yeah, DuckTales was one of my favorites growing up.
One of the sickest Nintendo games too.
Yeah, it
That game's
was.
fucking ripped, dude. Smack
I never had a Nintendo.
I had an NES.
I figured your families would come in with the one built. Never mind, I was stupid.
That was stupid.
Yeah, I was making an Asian reference, but I keep forgetting that.
My parents are white.
Yeah, it's true.
Uh-huh.
Brag. Sick flex. Eric.
He won.
Oh God. Pee break.
Well, I mean, we're all adults now, so everyone knows that like room temperature water is superior water.
Yes, it is.
My favorite temperature.
Yeah, but every once in a while, like an ice cold bottle of water, it's good.
Dude, the water out of the Coke Freestyle machine rocks.
But like I can't chug ice cold water anymore.
I don't want to. I want to
No.
savor
It's
it.
nuts. It's not even like a teeth thing. Like my teeth are fine, but it's just for some reason chugging cold water. I'm just like, oh, my throat's cold.
I've also learned the joys of the water bottle like flavor insert things.
Oh, like the Mio or whatever it was.
Well, there's so many of them, but like on job sites, like I learned that there's one called Squenchers that you can't find in stores, and that's because Squenchers.
Okay.
They're fucking awesome. There's 0 sugar, and it's a perfect portion size for a plastic water bottle.
Yeah.
And they come in all the various like Gatorade style flavors, but it's to rehydrate yourself and shit. They're so
like, what's that
fucking
one?
good.
Liquid IV? Or
Yeah,
something
it's like
That's
that.
what I love liquid IVs.
It's like that. They're so fucking awesome. But you can't buy them in stores because they're made by like a safety company. So that like
Oh, for real?
so
If you
all,
consume Squenchers, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
so all the
Man
like
Rand.
all giant contractors like get like deals and buy them in bulk. So they're just like at every job site, and you don't even have to
That
like
kind of rips, though.
you never have to
Interesting.
buy them. They're awesome.
Well, it's all basically just Crystal Light.
It is like that with like Gatorade powers though.
Oh,
You would think though that like they'd want to expand to like
Everywhere.
everywhere.
You know what?
Because like hydration packs are like
Yeah.
It's maybe
all the rage
but
now.
catering
like-
to like a jobs like that is kind of a cool market to go for.
it's a guaranteed buy too. Because once you have a contract with a big construction company,
Yeah.
you're set.
Yeah.
You don't have to market. There's no marketing at all. There's name recognition maybe. Fucking rules.
It's just-
Smart.
It is funny though. Remember that? Like, you remember like when you were a little kid, like the cool houses had Kool-Aid and shit. Then you go to that one weird kid's house, and he's like, "My mom has Crystal Light." You're like,
I
"What
hated
is wrong with
Crystal
you,
Light,
man? Did she
dude.
touch you? What the fuck, dude?"
Crystal Light has like the most artificial feel and to it
The
more
red-
than any other like of those in that category.
The red one always tasted like medication,
Yeah.
which not even the good medication,
Not
like
even the good
Pepto,
The bad
the
kind.
bad kind. And like you couldn't even remotely call it like fruit punches, and then that's just red. That's just red, dude.
Sugar, water,
it
purple.
It tastes like medicine mixed with like shit like stevia.
yeah,
shit
the,
like
the
that.
fucking
Yeah.
zero sugar ones were especially gross.
God damn, when you go in like a kid's fridge and he's got that fucking pitcher of red, you're like, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna crush some fucking like or some purple Saurus Rex or something delicious. And
When
it's
my- when my-
Crystal Light, you're like motherfucker.
When my dad was getting off full sugar sodas, he was on Crystal Lights for about 5 minutes.
Oh.
He was like, "They're so."
Yeah,
Shit ain't worth it,
fucking
man.
kidding.
He was like, "They're so bad. I'd rather
I'd rather just drink plain water.
I'd rather drink diet soda."
I don't understand people who are like, I don't like water.
Oh, those
It's
people
my dad.
crack me the fuck up.
He only drink water if it's like hurt your hands cold.
It's weird.
That is weird. I used to work with
Only
a guy
likes
who
cold
only,
water.
only thing he drank was black coffee and Mountain Dew. I'm like,
Ugh.
you aren't gonna make it.
Ugh.
That's how my dad got diabetes.
are
All he
not
drank
gonna
was
make it.
That
All he
guy's
drank
piss
was-
probably smells like a fucking refinery.
Oh god damn it.
yeah.
It is probably
That's
brutal.
That's how my dad got type 2 because all he drank only was either chocolate milk at night or
At night?
At
like
night.
before bed?
then it became whole milk.
Oh,
Even then, it means all night you're just like,
yeah, you're just
Like
like
fart?
blowing fucking cheese farts all night.
oh god.
Or Pepsi Heavy or Mountain Dew. First thing in the morning.
Fucking hell.
We always knew that my dad had been in the milk because there were Oreo crumbs around
Oh god damn it.
around the opening of
damn it.
the milk.
Fuck
No,
yeah.
there has like back in the
That
day,
son of a
if I
bitch.
didn't have coffee, you could choke down like a can of Coke, and it kind of hit like a cup of coffee. Not as much, but it kind of got the job done. Where we got you up and moving. But
Now, especially when he was
For someone who like
crash-
abuses coffee like all day long at work, like how people have to like drink a glass of water between like alcoholic beverages
Yeah,
to like
smart
not
people.
fucking die.
Just doing it.
Like that's me with coffee throughout the workday because like if
Yeah.
I don't drink at least a gallon of water,
you'll shit your whole ass.
I'll a shit my whole fucking insides out.
it'll also eat your stomach lining. Up.
Yeah, it'll
Oh,
eat my
okay.
stomach lining,
Ah.
and my pisses will be smelling like a fucking refinery.
Because if you drink nothing but coffee, your piss basically smells like stale coffee.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's fucking nuts.
That's one of the worst smells of all time.
I don't know. Sometimes it makes me want another cup of coffee.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm a coffee hater, so
Coffee
if
hater?
I
Yeah.
can't stand it.
Really?
I can't stand it. The closest, actually, to your question earlier, did you try it later to make sure? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
The closest I have ever come to possibly trying coffee again was the cinnamon churro coffee at Wawa.
That's not even coffee.
That's not,
And
that's not real.
That's the thing.
So what?
It's like
what
girl
cre-
coffee.
It's the cinnamon churro that is
What
appealing
created
to me.
this aversion to coffee?
The smell, the taste, and all that.
Even people who don't like coffee love the smell.
Yeah.
There's
True.
the smell of some of them I really like. Like the nutty ones are really nice.
Another one that's weird is too is like you either love coffee or you hate coffee. There's never a middle ground. You never someone's like, hey, do you like coffee? I'm like, I can take or leave it. It's never
No,
like,
no,
oh
my-
God, no. Or
My
yes,
wife's
please.
like that.
Yeah. Oh, get rid of her.
She'll
I love you, Brittany.
she'll randomly be off coffee for like months, and then like
Oh, bless her.
we'll be out one day and she'll be like, we should stop at Starbucks, and I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? She's like, I don't know. I smelled it when we
Who
drove
are
by
you?
it, so now I want
True.
it.
Well,
Was it ever just like I'll have a black coffee, or is it like all the?
She'll never drink like straight up coffee. She'll always have to get like a
Girl
latte
latte.
or
Yeah.
like something that has flavor in it.
Kels is like that too. Well, now she's on Americanos. An Americano with cold foam, she'll take over almost anything.
I'm a
Fuck with that.
basic
Needs
bitch.
a little something.
I'm a basic bitch.
Like for some reason, if coffee is even like a little bit too old, as soon as you spill it, it smells worse.
If
How-
I'm
how is
at
that?
work, I'm strictly business. Like I'm just black coffee.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to enjoy it. I'm doing it to like stay alive.
Or
Just
like
splash of cream so it doesn't fucking completely fuck my stomach. lining up.
like leftover coffee in a coffee cup in a trash can is the worst smell. Always. It always
One of
smells
my
the same.
favorites. It's one of my favorite smells.
I hate it.
During
yeah.
the school year, I poop so much, and I'm like so regular, because like I'm eating at the right time of day, and I'm like drinking so much coffee and
Well.
water that like it's just
It's probably
flowing
a,
straight through me.
probably a balanced meal.
Yeah,
eating at the same time.
yeah. Summertime, it's
Yeah.
fucking Wild West.
If I go, if
That's
I,
why it's the summertime.
if I go on like a coffee fast, seriously, I won't shit right for like a week until my body readjusts. That's one thing that keeps me regular, man.
and then you slide right back.
It's fucking nuts because like I can eat as much leafy vegetables as I want and rarely have an issue
An issue like what? Like,
Like
go
blown-
too much?
going too much. Like
Yeah.
the fiber in like
Yeah.
lettuce shit doesn't hit me that bad.
Leafy greens
Yeah.
fuck me up. Like I have to go immediately.
Tons of vegetables never fuck me up the way tons of fruit does.
Lettuce
Interesting.
always used to fuck me up.
Lettuce, within 30 minutes, I have to shit.
And like the fleshy fruits, like
Yeah.
peaches, nectarines.
Fibrous ones?
Yeah.
That's the fiber.
Yeah.
And
Well,
sugar.
see. But
Yeah, if I go overboard with fruit, it'll fuck me up worse than if I go overboard with vegetables.
I wonder if it's a sugar thing. I don't know. I'm not a nutritionist.
Probably fiber.
Shocker. Confession, I know.
Uh,
Want to do some homework?
Let's do the homework and close this biatch out. Each week,
We had some good homework this week.
yeah, each week, Tom, Mike, and I assign each other a piece of music and a piece of comedy to report back on the following week. And we always ask our guests to take part as well. We had no Mike last week, and our guests were Josh and John. Which one of those guys do you want to get into their recommendations
Oh,
first?
did you share the homework with Eric too?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't do any of it.
You didn't do any of it.
It's not your job
It's
to.
completely optional.
I
You
chose
will
not to
have to
do
come
it.
up with stuff to recommend for us, though. Just start thinking.
Even if it's just
Okay.
one thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Start thinking. What do you want to get into first, buddy?
Well, I wrote John's first, so let's
go
do
ahead.
John. First of all, I want to say rest in peace, Pat Fuminaki
Oh, for real?
from Opie and Anthony.
The baby
Fucking
bird
died.
video?
Yes, he died pretty recently. That sucks.
Yeah.
his little appearances when they would have him on, he would always try to like do the funny thing,
Yeah.
or like he would try to make jokes and they would just
Bomb.
they wouldn't
Yes. Like this is going right now.
any of his puns, they would beat him up.
Yes.
It was not fair.
Got it. I don't know why I miss fucking like morning radio. Well, I only miss Opie and Anthony. What am I talking about? I don't give a shit about that.
I haven't heard that name. Like I haven't heard
Yeah.
Opie and Anthony
It hasn't been
mentioned
a
in
thing
years.
in decades.
They've been off the air for over 10
Well,
years.
if you think about it though, like, well,
11.
our generation is probably the last one's generations who
To know what morning radio
Yes.
is.
To- to-
experienced
to-
morning radio.
Yeah, personalities. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, think about
good
it.
ones
like,
too.
Just like basically internet podcasts and stuff like that. It completely got rid of Howard Stern's career.
Yeah.
And at one point in time, he
He was the shit.
He
Yes.
was. Yeah.
he was like the first radio millionaire.
Yeah. People didn't know
Yeah.
networks didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah. And now I think he has like 10 views. You know, he's just.
Well, that's why he changed his whole format.
He also didn't pivot to podcasts like a lot of the other guys.
No,
did.
he's like
against it.
he's vehemently opposed to podcasts.
Yeah, which is like,
it's
come on,
it's
dude.
just goofy shit, man.
If he had one, dude, he'd. All,
If
all
he-
those people would come back.
If he started one 15 years ago when he should have.
Yeah, true. But back to the task at hand. John
Yes.
brought us the second Cursed album, titled 2. Mm-hmm. This is going to be quick. Often imitated but rarely matched.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that's me on the cover. 10 out of 10 record. Cursed rules. Chris Callahan rarely misses in all his bands. Left 4 Dead, The Swarm, all of them great.
I did not know that.
Cursed, not my favorite of his bands, but all their records are fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
My favorite is still 3.
Celebrate their entire
Yeah.
catalog.
Yeah. I enjoy Cursed.
He said it last
I
week. He's
I
like,
enjoy
this-
them more
he's like-
now than I did in like 2005.
Yes. Like you said, the records he brought were layups, and this is definitely a layup. For me.
It Cursed,
sure.
Cursed 2, so 2005, 2.5+ minute intro.
Yeah.
The first song. I'm glad I waited to listen to this with 33-year-old ears. I fear if I listened to this record when I first learned about it or saw people wearing the Cursed shirt with the fucking 2
Yeah.
artwork on it, I would have thought it was mid. When
I wasn't a huge fan of it until I probably was in my 30s.
maybe due to my own building it up in my head, combined with people giving me the impression that this is the heaviest, darkest thing since sliced bread. I don't know, man.
It was up there back in the aughts.
It is good, but I wouldn't call it much else. I missed the memo they put. I missed the memo they put out with this record, but I found it online yesterday. It said something like, "Hey, every Death Wish band, do this now." They even threw in a sludgy song, "Model Home Invasion," for good measure. I gave it a 5.5.
Well, that's what I said. It's often imitated. Like,
Very.
Cursed had a lot of clones.
Oh
after
my
that
God.
first record dropped, especially
Yeah.
this area.
Most of them were on Death Wish
Oh,
too.
yeah.
That's why
real.
exactly why I said that.
Well, it wasn't like, oh, this is just like Cursed, but they're from Europe. They're like, oh, look at
Guys,
you,
check-
Rise and Fall.
Rise and Fall is good though.
They are. I'm not saying a lot of the imitators of Cursed
Are good.
were good.
Yeah.
They weren't Cursed, but they were still good. Like if you were like, there's no new Cursed out this year, like, oh, I'll go check one of these guys out. And you're like, this is all right.
Rise and Fall was much better live than on record.
Oh, great,
I've heard that.
great live. But
Never saw him.
he also brought us Cult Leader's Lightless Walk album. For the longest time, I thought this record was self-titled. Now I feel like a real schlemiel. It's another 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
It's a
close.
fucking fantastic record.
Are they still active?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Really?
yeah. They put out a new record like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
But not like full bore.
Yeah, they're not
Doesn't
like.
show how much my finger's on the pulse, but
It's easy.
this,
to
I mean, this record fucking rules.
It was awesome.
It did when I first heard it. Re-listening to it this past week just rekindled my love for it.
I'm glad I
'Cause They,
got
they
this
were
all.
Gaza first, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Before they rebranded and
Yes, because they
I
kicked
think it
out
was
the
like-
one guy.
Yeah.
Was he doing sex pest shit?
He was doing creepy shit to sleeping people,
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
supposedly.
It happened to- yeah. Things that happen to a lot of those bands.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For some reason, I had
Sorry to throw a wet blanket on this discussion, but
I had blocked this artist from playing on Spotify before. Maybe their songs came up in my mixes too much. I don't know, but I unblocked it. So
Yeah.
they owe me a new car because the song "Suffer Louder" made me drive through a wall, and then "Broken Blades" made me reverse over it and do it again. Fantastic live band. I personally don't care for the slow, heavy song in the middle of the album. I found it a bit of a speed bump, and then I heard the closer. But it's still an 8.5 record. It was so goddamn good.
I don't know that I've gotten a chance to see them live.
They played the School of Rock behind the Walmart in Delaware.
Oh yeah, I did.
It was so cool.
I like that venue, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
They had some cool shit come through there.
If only they gave a shit about people who play guitar and not just charging people to learn it.
True. But now let's get into what Josh brought us. He brought us Sophia Isella's
Yes.
I'm Camera.
Let's get into that.
I'm a computer.
Stop downloading.
Oh, hell no. What's up, dog?
That's the first thing that popped in my head when I pulled this album up. Like, I'm camera. Like,
Earlier when I told you when I told you Bill Durant sent me a picture of his computer, I said that to him and he said stop downloading.
That's one of those things. Like, yeah, as soon as you say that, like, only people of a certain age bracket, it was like, stop all it down, and everybody else like, these guys are all stupid.
So, like,
Massage machine go.
I'm listening to this album and I'm enjoying it.
Uh-huh.
I put it on. I mean, I'll fully admit that, like, I was using it as background noise while I was, like, doing shit around the house.
I also did at
Which it was
first.
great for, but I'm also, like, giggling like a fat girl the whole time, like, just thinking of the fucking G.I. Joe clips while this is playing in the background. So I'm completely distracted. So I still enjoyed what I could hear, like, amidst all the fucking silliness that was going on in my head.
The noise from yourself.
I was laughing too for a different reason. For a camera, this lady sure is weird. It has parts
She
I
is weird.
really, really liked, but then the camera does these really nutty Muppet voices and, like, ruins it. Like, she'll be, like, doing this nice, like, singing up. She'll be like, and, like, and I'm not, like, exaggerating. That's what it fucking sounds like. It's
and
like,
the background singer's like, I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
yeah, it's like aggressive whispering. You're like, all right.
It'd be way
lost me on
cooler
that
if she was doing a Sam the Eagle impression. Am I right?
one. Mike, do you want to give us one?
Nah, I'm not.
You want to jump?
Let's-
you wanna
Yeah,
jump
I'm-
the shark. I gave it a 4.
I
Like,
can't overdo it.
It had
4,
It
wow.
had cool parts, but, like, then she started doing that. Like, it's kind of like she was almost being sarcastic to herself. She's like, and like,
Maybe she was.
Like, is
Maybe-
she mocking herself after she sang a verse? Like, it just took completely me.
Maybe
out
she
of the
has.
record.
She
She's an
suffers
artist,
from
man.
split personalities.
Maybe, but one half her personality sucks.
I said it's short and sweet. She's like Chelsea Wolfe made a clone with Mariah Carey's skills. I liked it, especially as the songs progressed. The dark background vocals and textures were also a standout star to me. And shout out to the didgeridoo opening of Dog's Dinner, and the song
And dinner dog.
and the song Crowd Caffeine.
So there's actually a didgeridoo on this record.
It's just somebody's voice who was so
Yeah.
deep it sounded like one.
It's like, and they're like kind of mutter. There's a lot of muttering
There is.
on it. It's fucking weird.
I gave it a 7.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
He also brought us. All right, I'm gonna fuck this pronunciation up. Kuro Jukai.
Juror Jukaya.
All right, there you go.
You're right with the K actually.
Yeah.
Koror Jukaya or something like that.
The self-titled 2015 record. One of the comments reads, "I also enjoyed Nitrous Oxide," and I heartily agree.
That's better than any review I could
This
read.
is a 9 out of 10 record. And
Dude, if I was ripping nitrous while listening to this, I would have committed a homicide.
it was fucking, I loved it.
If Full of Hell put this album out, a bunch of fucking dorks would be fucking slopping this shit up down
Yeah.
to the fucking balls.
Yes. It does. It's a little less death metal-y version of Full of Hell, and I'm
Yeah, way
perfectly
more
fine
grind.
with that.
So am I, yeah.
It was really good.
No idea what the fuck they're talking about, but it's
Yeah.
fast. Cool when you hear a noise grind act pull out the bubble beam cannon like on track 4.
Yeah.
Whoa. And I called it very interesting. 6 out of
Whoa.
10.
Whoa.
Or rate it 6 out
Yeah.
of 10, rather.
Now you brought me Black Dahlia Murders Miasma record.
Perfect record.
A little too wanky spanky for me, but it's not completely awful. Though this does seem to be a template for modern deathcore, which is completely an inexcusable crime. I gave it a 1. This isn't my lane. I mean, you said it too. It's just not my lane. Too much fucking guitar masturbation on it, and I'm fine with it. They're really nice guys when I met them, but I can do without.
Black Dahlia Murder is one of those bands where like I bought their first album
I did
and
too.
liked it
It's so good.
and just never kind of pursued anything after that. And not for any reason either. I just like kind of lost interest.
I thought it was crazy that this record is a sophomore record.
So yeah, this is the only other thing I've ever heard from Black Dahlia Murder, like voluntarily at least. I'm sure I've heard them like when other people played them around me and I just didn't know it was them. But it was good. It's just, again, it's not really my thing. Not now, at least. Like, it was good.
Yeah.
Like, it was done really, really well.
I've seen
It's
them.
per- it's-
So I'll give 'em
saw
that.
them so many fucking times.
I only seen him twice.
It was impossible to miss them in the early odds in
Yeah.
this area.
Yeah.
I saw them headline over Nile. That was a good ass show.
Tight.
TLA.
Oh, somebody else going to say no. Fuck it. You also brought me the "Don't Tell" special by Janine Garofalo.
Hell yeah.
Other than the use of one of my favorite words, this fucking stunk. 1 out of
What?
10. And the funny thing is like
As do most things involving
I couldn't
Janine
tell
Garofalo.
you. I wrote this after I watched it, and I couldn't tell you what that word is because I pushed it out of my mind that much. I did not like
I thought it
this
was really funny.
at all. I thought it was terrible.
She had an HBO special.
It was great.
Back when, like, HBO specials were still a
Yeah.
thing. No, it was awful. What are you talking about?
Oh,
She
she
was-
was just looking at her chest.
Well, aside from her, like, 5-second cameo in Half Baked, like, she's never made me laugh.
Really? Wow.
didn't see Mystery
That's
Men?
crazy.
Yes.
Mr. Man fucking ripped, dude.
It was a good movie, but not because of her.
True. It's because of Hank Azaria. R.I.P. He killed you, King. You gonna get into what I brought to you?
Oh, sure.
Silly little guy.
Sure. So you brought me 2 records as well. The first one is another one I can't really pronounce is
Neither can I though.
Leb Proseca, I guess.
That sounds good.
It's much more black metal sounding than I expected from a Dennis homework assignment. Dennis, did you like this because of the crust factor,
Yes.
the production, tempos, all of the above? It's good.
Yeah.
It just edges on black metal-y
It's
for
like
me.
Black
It's
and
crazy.
Crust.
It sounds like when Dark Throne went crust. And they did like more punk sound and stuff as like their second act.
It does.
Which
sound-
I didn't hate when they did it, and this was really cool.
Yeah.
The cover art fucking brought me in as well. Like the album art fucking rules.
Yeah.
Bunch of pigs in fucking Star Trek gear.
Yeah. I said it's quite good. I listened to it while working on the pooter. 7 out of 10.
Hey kid, I'm a
on,
pooter.
on my pooter. You also brought me the first record by this band, Pitch Shifter, called Industrial. This is a short review.
Uh-oh.
I said, if this is what Harm's Way does from now on, they should play here tonight. And the more it went on, the more I just wished, the more I was just like, this is Godflesh. But I didn't even realize there were 2 different bands and like not even the same people or nothing. I gave it a 6.89 out of 10
Why that?
because it's really close to a 7, but it's not a 7.
I had brought up on this podcast a while ago how I've been, because I was like the real heavy industrial shit in the 90s.
It's
liked it.
great for lifting
And
weights
I
too.
revisited a lot of it to see if it still held up, because I fell off with industrial music when I found hardcore. I kind of, because I was like a lot of hardcore kids, they find hardcore, they're like, nothing else, just this. And so I've been revisiting like industrial music, and Steve Greathouse reached out to me. He's like, did you revisit Pitch Shifter yet? Who were on every fucking soundtrack in the 90s. Impossible to fucking
Yeah, I forgot they went full on fucking like
disco.
yeah. Like,
What?
Same shit
Ugh.
like Ministry did. Their later Pitch Shifter is not good.
Weird.
So he's like, you check out this one again. And I was like, all right. So I listened again. I was like, shit. It was like, God damn, this is still great.
You
It's actually, I actually like it better than
you did the
first
Clay
time.
Davis.
Yeah, I actually liked it better than like the first time I heard it. It's like exactly what Harm's Way is trying to do now, but like actually they pull it off. It was pretty awesome.
They would always be like the odd band out on like new metal comps.
Yeah,
Back when I was in like high school, like
Yeah.
I would always be like,
Like, why are they after
Yeah,
Spine Shank?
yeah, like why is this band on like this comp
El
full
Nino.
of like
Oh.
yeah.
or Hell Nino. Yeah.
Yeah,
Booyah.
that was everything.
There was like a stretch in like the mid '90s where every movie soundtrack that came out, Pitch Shifter and God Lives Underwater were on the soundtrack.
I know that name, but I don't
Yeah.
know why.
They're not good, but they were just on everything. And so was Helmet and Rollins Band.
Yes, they were.
You could not escape those bands on soundtracks. I think, was Pitch Shifter on the Crow soundtrack?
No. They weren't.
Oh, that was Thrill Kill Call.
Thrill Kill Cult.
Yeah,
Was on there, yeah.
That soundtrack does not hold up anymore.
The Quo.
The Quo, no. Neither is the second Crow soundtrack.
The best Cure song is on the Crow soundtrack.
That is a great song.
Burn rocks.
One of the few that does still pretty good. But yeah.
The Nine Inch Nails covering Joy Division is pretty good.
I never knew that was a cover till right now.
Really? I didn't know that either.
I also don't like Joy Division or Nine Inch Nails. Oh.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Great story, Dennis, you fucking jerk off.
I used to love that Pantera song before I knew it was a Poison Idea cover, too.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought it was like a Pantera deep cut when I was in like middle school and like didn't know any better. I'm like, yo.
I was like, yo, a Pantera song I like? This ripped. And then so I was like,
What is that?
no, show me that it was a cover. Dave Janis.
I believe that.
He's
Of course he would know
He's like,
that.
here's the original. I was like, it's cool, but it's not as tight as like when Pantera. I don't like Pantera, but they're always an extremely tight band. So I was like, yeah, it was a lot more,
If there's one thing I can't take away from them, it's that they are tight.
Yes,
But I will take away everything else.
like their lives. Sorry.
They did that
Sorry.
themselves.
Oh, yeah,
actually.
that's already halfway
Well,
there.
Well, the one guy had assistance from that dude to jump on stage. That guy probably feels like a real silly goose now. He should have,
He should have just
I
done
just-
Zach Wilde
What
instead.
if he jumped up on there, shot Dimebag like he did, right? And then went to the edge of the stage and was like, huh? And waited for someone to catch him? Or waited for the cops to show up and then just like stage dove, like crowd surfing on the cops.
Like in that movie Serial Mom when he's running
Yeah.
away from her and he's crowd surfing him.
And they're crowd surfing to the back of the venue until eventually they crowd surf him into like a paddy wagon.
Didn't the
fun.
cops kill him?
Yeah, he's. Yeah.
I'm positing an alternate universe version of events where he just was like, woo, got extreme.
Well, if you believe in the unlimited universe theory,
It's true.
there's
The
a planet
multiverse.
where that happens.
Yeah. It's like, somebody catch me. And then he jumps and like one of his shoes fall off and someone's like holding his shoe in the air. Yeah, it was awesome.
In my universe, I'd pick up that shoe and wing
Wing
it
it across the room.
My shoes fell off.
My head was bashed apart. He threw my shoe and he cursed me. Eric, what have you been listening to, bud?
Oh boy.
Genre doesn't matter. Year of release does not matter.
So I don't listen to anything new.
Doesn't
That's
have to be
fine.
new. It could be old as fuck.
You know what I've been lifting weights to a lot recently?
Hit me with it.
Guys kissing.
That.
Oh, that's me. That's
Satisfaction is the death of desire.
Okay. That's fun.
Lay off, dude.
That's hilarious that that's
No.
never come up on the show before. I'd love to give it a real review.
Well, fucking Matt tried to punk me out with the most recent Hatebreed album.
Fucking moron.
And like, it put me in this wormhole where I was just like, does Hatebreed still hold up? And then I went back and listened to like, I still don't really care for like I don't even like the mid-era shit. They have a couple of good songs in the middle, but Under the Knife Satisfaction, Jesus Christ.
What a 1-2.
I wanted to go in and say it doesn't hold up and be all snobbish, but I was like, no, this is still just as fucking gnarly as ever.
It's a life-changing album for me.
It is.
Yeah, same.
It is.
That was literally the album that fucking changed my
Oh.
entire trajectory.
If you're going to pick one album to recommend, then I guess you picked the right one.
Yeah.
I don't even have to write Hatebreed. I just write Satisfaction.
Yeah. I wish the other shit was as good though. God damn it. It was such a drop off. Such a bummer.
I mean, it's like it's really our generation's Age of Quarrel.
Yeah.
It's our
I-
generation's Abbey Road, dude. Thought about.
That's more like it. It's the Bible
Yeah.
of hardcore as far as I'm concerned.
Especially modern hardcore, where it's not just fucking. Why does the goddamn talk to text keep coming up? I'm an old man, but it's like all genres in one on Satisfaction. Old and like everybody liked it. The metalheads liked it. The hardcore kids liked it. The '88 Youth Crew kids loved it. Even some punkers liked that shit. No matter what, everybody loved that record. And yeah, it's a fucking flawless record.
There's a reason you can find a Hatebreed shirt at every show.
And now you see the ones, fuck you, I like Hatebreed
I would wear that.
on a cop.
Oh, that's true.
Tom, what do you got for me this week?
I have 3 records because
Jesus.
2 of them are very short. Those 2 are both on Youth Attack Records Bandcamp.
Okay.
The first one is called Siege Mentality, and the record is called Psychopath.
Preview of the next episode, 10 out of 10 record.
I don't think I've listened to this one.
Evan Zook put me onto this, of course. And the
He's so
other
swarthy.
the other record is a band called Culture Shock, and it's their self-titled. These are both found on the Youth Attack Records Bandcamp. Shout out. And you remember
It's called Shock self-titled.
Culture Shock self-titled? Yeah,
Do you know the year? In case I have the.
I think it's this year.
Okay.
You remember when John Wren brought us? God damn it! The band from Riot Stairs.
Yeah.
The band before Riot Stairs was called Discourse.
I remember Discourse too.
Mm-hmm.
This record is called Sanity, Decays.
Okay.
That is the homework assignment. I got to play with them one time, so I'll let you guys review them. I was friendly with them for a couple years later, and because of that Riot Stairs review, one of the guys from the band still follows the podcast to this day.
Riot Stairs rips, dude.
Does. So did Discourse. So there you go.
That was a nice discourse we just had.
It is. Was. Is.
I know words.
Wasn't.
Mike.
All right, so since Tom just assigned a ton of shit, I'm only going to give you one thing.
Okay.
Do you want another heavy record, or do you want like some soft baby
I want
shit?
a record.
You pick.
No.
You know he can't make decisions.
All right. Well,
can't.
since you gave mostly like punk and hardcore stuff, I'm going to give you something a little chill.
Cool. I like that.
You can find it on Spotify or Bandcamp, whatever your poison is.
Yes.
They're called Merely in Malibu.
Merely in Malibu.
Merely?
Yep.
I was checking if I just don't know how to spell that word. Merely in Malibu.
Malibu. What's
And
the
it's
record?
called Essential Mixtape.
Okay.
Boastful.
All of today's essential top hits.
It's some very, very sleepy, ambient, chill shit.
Maybe
Good palate cleanser after you listen to Tom's 10 hardcore albums he asked
I know,
you to-
now
It was,
I gotta
it was 1.5.
Now I feel like I gotta fucking edit down so it's not like fucking 8 hours of shit for everybody.
It's not. It's very short.
All right, fuck it. 2 records I just found recently on one of the YouTube pages I follow.
Are these bands we can pronounce this time?
Yes, they are.
Nice.
Spelling, I don't know.
Okay.
Secretion,
Okay.
Nice.
Fetid Odors from the Drainage Pipe,
Nice.
and Abbhoration, Refracture.
Aberration is fucking sweet.
I do love me some fetid odors.
True.
Fetid odors
From your drainage
what?
pipe?
The drainage pipe.
Yeah. I'm sure if you just look up Fetid Odor, you'll find it.
The drainage. And what was Aberration record called?
Refracture.
Refracture.
These sound like bands whose cover art is pixelated on Spotify.
No.
Cool.
A little fun for you, yeah. Mine are normal length. They're not these magical ones that Tom brought us.
Tom's a magical guy.
He is. Look at him, dude. Look at that head of hair. So sexy. All right.
Thinks he's all
Eric.
right with fucking hair.
Thanks for coming down, buddy.
Anytime.
Absolutely.
For real? Nice.
Yes. So now we can stop bringing Mike around all the fucking time.
My fucking God.
Fucking Psych Murno. You right?
He didn't want to come.
Hey, if you want to support this podcast, follow us at patreon.com/IRRANDILL. $3 a month, extra episode a week.
Rap snacks. Powdered
People
Gatorade.
actually pay for this?
They do. We
Yes.
Wow.
are professional podcasters
That's right.
by definition.
Yes.
We are going to Virginia, all expenses paid by the podcast.
Yeah.
Next month.
To do more podcasts.
I did finally send out those rap snacks to those new patrons, including Josh Buck.
Wow is right.
Nice.
That's the perfect
Josh Buck
word.
might be getting a little bonus with his rap snacks.
Why? Because he has a distance?
Huh?
Because of where he lives? He
No,
lives
I'm sending him fucking powdered Gatorade to go with his rap snacks.
because he's
Damn.
a fucking sponsor, obviously.
I was going to say, shit, because like...
Oh yeah,
Ohio
we didn't
sucks.
shout out any sponsors.
yes,
Great.
we did actually.
we did all three
Sponsor
guys.
this?
Yeah,
That's correct, sir.
3 of them.
See that right there? See that
Oh
right
yeah,
there?
we
Yep.
parlay hat was.
Oh,
on
I have a
always here.
parlay hat.
Yeah, right there. Fucking
Yeah.
parlay.philly. There's another one for you, Ant.
We'll see everybody next week. Hit the intro.
1, 2, 3, 4 아 그림자가 선배 맘에 탕탕 오로 오로 탕탕탕 홀로로로로 탕탕 홀로 홀로 나